Share this. Thank you. Motide. So good morning once again, good afternoon, and good evening to you as you are joining this chat tonight. It is Maiyegun live. And if you watched the program this afternoon and you wanted to say something to me and you couldn't say it to me, I would prefer you kind of use your phone, okay? I received a message. This is like an anonymous message from someone, right? Who now said that they should tell Maiyegun to be very careful. Careful of what? Of who? Oh, because he spoke, so he said something about Igbowo, Thiefnubu, and few others. I was like, oh, maybe that person is just getting to know me. Maybe you are just getting to know me. I don't really like dealing with, crickets. Those who are pretty much like closet voluntary slaves. My number is right there on your screen. You don't have to type everything, okay? So tonight may be your chance. Call me and say it to my face and get your response right here, you know? Don't send people to me. That's so cowardly. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just kind of feel like tonight is like the continuation of the noon. If anyone is telling you right now that Thiefnubu is in control of what is about to happen, they are lying to you, and you don't have to be in Nigeria before you realize this, okay? So the Nigerians who have been under intensive economic hardship in the last 1 year, to be precise, when Thiefnubu adopted the IMF policy, World Bank policy, they conditioned him to go and remove the subsidy. At least pretend to have removed it, okay? Go and remove the subsidy. Go and increase the taxes, and on like that. These policies are anti-people. The moment they were announced, no one was spared. No one is spared. Whether you are APC or PD, it doesn't matter. Nobody is spared. That's the reality. Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or you are a Yoruba, it doesn't matter. Nobody is spared. Now, this policy, they were told to endure like, you know, we borrow some money, okay? There's no investor, so we borrow some money. And we are reinvesting the money. That was the promise, Abi. But in the last 1 year, it is on record that Nigeria has accumulated over 34 trillion naira debt, which means Nigeria has added 34 trillion naira debt to our national debt. So Nigeria debt is now hovering around 150 trillion naira, which further depreciates their currency, and then the economy, and then the loss of jobs, and the loss of businesses, hyperinflation, and everything that happened thereafter. While they watch their criminal political class led by Thiefnubu plundering the supposed scarce resources, right? Economic hardship. So it took them more than 8 months before they finally arrived at 70,000 naira minimum wage. But that too, even though it's coming late, right, couldn't really stop what Thiefnubu has done to them or reduce what they have done to them in the last 1 year. We want to show it to him. Cut down the cost of governance. Sack some of these board appointees that you are giving to your supposed loyalists. They are adding nothing. These are legitimate demands. Nobody is asking Thiefnubu to resign yet. But Thiefnubu's gang, they doubled down. Their fear, even if the fear is legit, listen, it is now becoming more or less like a bit of a paranoia. They created the fear mongering, their own fear. And their fear is this. Let me tell you this. Their fear is this. Once you start your protest and the number begin to grow and begin to grow, and you said you are going to do that for 10 days, at first, you may probably be orderly, according to them. And as people see that day one, successful, day two, the number will grow. Day three, it will grow. And from there, you may, if your demands are not met in 3 days, you may begin to move closer to government house. And according to them, that is something majority of the state governors in Nigeria cannot survive. So APC, Egbe, they now designed a propaganda that makes your, what do you call it, end bad governance in Nigeria. That makes it more like you want to overthrow Thiefnubu. And because you want to overthrow Thiefnubu, everybody don't jembe. Everybody that is part of the system. Even if they agree that things are bad. But if they remove Thiefnubu, who is going to be there next? Who is going to now be? Meanwhile, the demand, none of them says Thiefnubu should resign. None of them. They say, but people are talking on social media. People are saying things on social media, so they are reacting to that. They are not reacting to the demands. So in this, because of this, they now released huge amount of money to recruit Islamic leaders, Christian Association, Bangolo leaders. What other one? The traders, market men and women. Traders Association, the Market Men and Women Association, Student Association, Street Association, Carpentry Association, every association that exists. And if there is none existing, I mean, if they don't have enough that exist that is ready to take the bribe, they created as many as possible too. There was nowhere that a conference was held where people were invited from all over the place. And then they decided that, okay, we are going to go on national protests. No. So it is totally fraudulent for anybody or any group of people to go to public and say, we are pulling out of the protests on behalf of the youth. We are pulling out of the protests on behalf of women. Because none of you was invited to a meeting that says, oh, we are now agreeing to go on. Then you say, oh, we change our mind. They started saying, no, it's going to be violence. It's going to be violence. Because they are now protesting to stop protest. So which means they are now campaigning, protesting to stop the August 1st protest. They are giving people money. They have invited the Oros. Yoruba tradition has been dragged into the mud. All because people have been told, asking for a good government, end to bad governance. Is a protest against Yorubas. In northern Nigeria, where the protest is really, really gathering momentum, I know a lot of people are reacting mostly from the southern part of Nigeria because most of the platforms you are going to, you are really used to, they are platforms that either speaks English or speaks your language. But when you go to the platform of these northerners on TikTok, on all the platforms, APC, Egbe is not really showing to you where you should be focusing on. Agbadorians. So they've dragged the Yoruba tradition into it in Lagos, and they've told so many lies, propaganda, all of this to try to see how many people they can scare away from ever participating in this hardship economic protest. Now, they have just less than 30 hours to see how many people they are able to buy, how many people they are able to scare, and how many people are able to defy them and still turn up. From the streets, that's where we're going to start from. They've recruited Asari Dokubo again. Asari was at a place today where they were talking to the Niger Delta youth. And at that meeting, they call it conference, Niger Delta Youth Conference. Asari Dokubo told all the people there that the organizers of this protest, they are not protesting about hardship. They are protesting to remove Thiefnubu. And because of this, Niger Delta youth should not listen to the Ijaw Youth Congress. Sure you get, and should not participate. In fact, how the leaders of Niger Delta, they have shown interest to give you something. Akpabiole then pledged he will be giving 10,000 youth 50,000 naira every month for the next 6 months if they promise not to participate. Yeah. Thiefnubu's government announced that they have sent 20 trucks each to each state, 36 states of Nigeria and Abuja, 37. They said the truck contains, 50 bag or 50 kg bag of rice that they are intending to sell to the people at half price, 40,000 naira banjo rice. And they intend to supply more and other food too. Please don't protest, okay? The, what do you call it? The military that they are bringing into the country, into the cities, right? They are now promising them 100,000 naira extra. They will also benefit from the new minimum wage. So at the end of the day, if the military remain loyal, they will give them, at least the people that make the smallest, as a soldier in Nigeria, will still make like about 250,000 naira in the next 3 months if they can please stop the protest. So everyone is like moving mad enough right now that you may just be walking home from work and then you just see some people just dump bag of rice on you and say, take rice, take rice. Promise that you will not protest. I say, okay, I won't protest on the street.
All those noise that Wike is saying, that Abuja is not this, Abuja is not Equatorial land. Who is Wike? Is he stolen public fund and started making noise with it? That you not incite violence. Their words is the one inciting violence. Yeah. That you be mindful. How will you steal public fund, steal public fund, buy police by yourself, by paying security, following you up and down, and started claiming that you are a leader. Which leader are you? How can you rule people without their consent?
This is not about tribe or religion, because they will go about bribing some of the pastors. They will go about bribing some of the imam. They will go about bribing some of these social organization groups. You will see different groups will come out and we are not joining. We are not. All those things are to discuss. Okay, we are not joining. What is our hope? Tell me, what is our hope? Renew hope. We are renew poverty. Nigeria have successfully progressed in poverty and backwardness. We have successfully progressed in what? Backwardness.
There have been no significant things which have been achieved by this country.
There is nothing that we have achieved so far in this country. If we have achieved anything, it's poverty. If we have achieved anything, it's hardship. If we have achieved anything, it's evil everywhere.
Is that this government are not doing well? We are going backward. We are decided to go.
Who is Thiefnubu? If I get that man, I'm going to strangle him dead.
You're going to strangle the president?
Yes, he's a madman. He's a Christmas. He don't have anything to offer in Nigeria. If he's tired enough, he let him get out. And his followers, he has nothing to offer.
Thiefnubu has nothing to offer.
He has nothing to offer.
So the cost of living now is very high, and the government is doing nothing about it. That's the main reason why I will join the protest.
I'm in support of the protest. We are going to be at the forefront of that protest. If Thiefnubu they try, at least, if Nabatu the cause of the problem, let him come out and tell us. Say, see. Now we understand that for him to stay there and the bad people now will cover him. You understand? And he know that all the whole complaint will be at him. You understand?
You get something when they don't do since this man don't become governor, where they give this.
Since when become governor?
Yeah, president.
My brother, I go say, my brother, no.
No.
You cannot point at one
No.
No joy at all.
My brother, joy, myself, my joy don't jobless. My joy, no joy for the joy
So
again.
Nigeria, they talk for individual. One last one, where you want to tell the president or Nigerian youth for this upcoming protest?
What I want to tell them is my advice for them, people will go to protest. Number one, better go peaceful, better do peaceful protest. Number two, better no loot people property. Number three, no violence. You understand? So that we achieve our goal.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to lead my squad. I'm be the end of the protest.
You are going to lead your
Yes, I'll be the one to lead the squad.
You will be in the front line.
Yes, because I'm getting upset. I'm not happy. You know that the present cost of fuel is 850 naira for fuel. So I'm not happy about it. Things are getting worse. So we have to do something.
What of your thoughts on Igbo saying they are not protesting?
Igbo saying they are not protesting. Yeah, from Igbo, I'm a typical Igbo. Igbo saying they are not protesting because they are afraid to give them what they want. Because they have been agitating that they want to gain Biafra. But since then, they don't want to give us Biafra. So me, I'm a supporter of Biafra. But this protest, I'm Igbo, but it's not going to stop me from protesting.
Nigeria, you are fighting for our rights.
Yeah, this is our rights.
So no joy for Nigeria since this month.
No joy.
Are you saying Thiefnubu is better than Buhari?
Thiefnubu is not better than Buhari. Buhari is better than Thiefnubu. Now you understand, say Thiefnubu is a savior. I say Thiefnubu is a messiah. Now because Buhari is a messiah, not Thiefnubu. Buhari is a messiah, not Thiefnubu. Because I know the cost of fuel when Thiefnubu enter. I know the cost of fuel when Buhari did. And now, so Thiefnubu is a failure. No, he has failed us to the core. I don't want, you see, we, the youth of this country, we don't want to continue with the presidency. He should step down with immediate alacrity. Yes.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
So this like this now, go tell I advise my colleagues to them. I beg anyone I do. This protest when I come out, anybody want to make him die. People go live.
My good lovely brothers, anywhere you there, my brother, need to come out. This is the chance. Go battle these people. They are doing us. This is the chance. Come out and save yourself. And set yourself free. Set your brother and sister free. We are suffering, so we need to come out and protest for this bad government.
All right. Yes. What do you want the president Jagaba?
Respect. And when we talk of population, it's controlled by the youths. So the youths are not happy.
And presently they are not happy.
And they are not still happy. Based on that, they want to prove to the world that they are being robbed.
What word do you have for the Nigerian youth? Do you support this protest?
Very well, like I said before.
What last word you want to tell Nigerian youth now? This upcoming.
Okay, if I may say, it's for them to come back and get focused. I'm against the violence. Violence is not the only way you can get what you want. There are so many ways you can demonstrate and get what you want. If I thought the government will still listen to them.
Depend on the economy of I work hard, you understand? So now it's good that everybody, it has reached both Dick and Tom. So we are seeing the way it's going. So that is the thing.
So are you joining the protest?
Yeah? Yes, I'm joining the protest.
So protest is already happening.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right.
This is live protest.
First of all.
Thank you so much. That's from Soha TV. Search for them. He has so much, so many, that type of interview. It's got a lot of that kind of interview, right? Where people have been like expressing themselves. Just type it there, SOAR TV. Search for them, and then you can follow that up. Streets Vibe. Now, that is from the streets of Nigeria. You heard them, you heard all of them, and their expression about what they feel about the economy and the protests. Those are people living in Nigeria. And you heard them clearly. But you see what APC, Egbekegbe, want you to believe is that Some people are inciting the protests that the people are not interested in protest. It is some people who lost the election or in the diaspora or foreign mercenaries. They've blamed everyone but themselves. They never blame themselves that it is this policy that is obvious that people have rejected it. And yes, there is poverty, but this poverty has now been so weaponized that people who are suffering under this hyperinflation are being offered money by the government not to participate in any protest. They send thugs to markets. If you don't want to lose your business, don't participate in the protest. Like open threat. Open air threat.
These are not to threat, you know.
That's why I am begging.
You say if you get mad, make you come outside. Say you want to These are not threatening now.
Every one of the people that spoke in that video I played to you earlier said they are supporting the protest as long as it is peaceful. Everyone is saying we're going to have a peaceful protest. And the other ones are like advising everybody that will participate. Please do not allow people to loot around you. Okay? It is about what you want them to do. And once they are able to do them, right? You begin to concede. They concede some, you concede some. That is what a protest should achieve if they are not paying people or threatening people. So the people that want to protest are saying they want to do so because of the economic hardship, and they are doing it peacefully. But all over Nigeria, Thiefnubu and his people, they are riling people up. They are threatening them. They are issuing statements that continue to show that they will show anybody that comes out. In that market, they were telling everybody in that market that if they burn them well, if they burn you well, come out. We are telling you right now, Abi. We are trying to persuade you right now not to participate, Abi. You are all screaming, you are all murmuring, Abi. If they burn you well, come out that day. Come and protest. And the person making the video was like, this thing don't they turn to threaten, because it's a threat. They have brought out Ogbonis to threaten people, to curse people that have ever shown interest or participate in any protest that demand for good governance or end to bad one. They even sent them out again today. This is what Thiefnubu has done to Yoruba tradition, and the whole world is watching. And I don't think this Yoruba tradition of Lagos is going to come back from all of this at the end of the day.
No more protest. You can see it. They say no more protest. No more protest. Go see protest more. No more protest. Go see protest. Go see more. Go see more. Go see. Nano ni andibanye. Nano ni nano na goda. Nano na goda. Aspete protest
In a democracy, so they've been like on and on about that. But all of that is actually not working. Even though they kind of believe as well that if it is not going to stop the protest, at least it can reduce the effects of the protest. If you can give some people food not to come out, if you can give others money not to come out, if you can threaten others not to come out, all of this will come to something at the end of the day to weaken the protest. So it is wholly on you. How much of this? So if you ask me though, I would say, Omo, somehow, the protest itself don't yield results before it even kicks off officially. Have you not seen so many announcements they have been making? They've given out money to people to come and borrow money. Okay? They've given out money to different groups. There are people that have access, they've benefited from this 6 billion era. Whether na 1,000, whether na 2,000 though, whether it is from the allergy of their own market or it is their own Medical Association of Nigeria group. I've been a Teachers Association of Nigeria, Women Association, I've been a Student Association, whichever association you belong to. Somehow, if you belong to the exco, if you don't collect your own 2,000 or 3,000 from this money, just to please help tell everybody, warn your children. Lande. What's this guy called again? Lande. He has something to say as well.
If you no feel protest, no dey tell body wey don't make up their mind, say they want protest, not to protest. Are you stupid? Oh yeah, we really. Are you not in this country? Because I don't know how some people are they always thinking, and some people they are so selfish. And now selfness in it because tell me to bati yo, tell me bati yo. That's the problem we are facing in this country. There's nobody that will tell me that say Nigeria dey hard right now. If you say Nigeria no dey hard for your side, that's mean you are a politician or you are an armed robber. You understand? You know how many people in this country where they don't dey depressed for inside house, where they no fit come out because of add something to one Nigerian thing. Even some millionaire they depressed because if they do business, the business now you they patronize yourself. Not be all these Maiyegun still they patronize you. Now you know if you protest not by force, but not be to the advise people where want protest. Say make them no protest because protest is not a war. Is it a war? Me can tell you like pay if you need something from your daddy, you ask for it. Okay? We dey protest for God. All this prayer you are doing, you are protest for God. When you need something, you challenge God. Say, Ọlọ́run, nǹkan báyìí mo fẹ́ kó ṣe fún mi, ó ṣe fún mi now. That's what protest. Protest is not a war. If you cannot go to the protest, you have right them people that go that see peaceful protest, no fight. I never see in my life. This is first time I will see it in entirety of my life. Say no to protest. Now I'm going to 40 years now. Since over 30 something years ago, I never hear say no to protest in my life. My parents, when we still this small, they don't protest. Táwọn bá jẹ àwọn teacher lówó, àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lówó, àwọn kankan lówó, wọ́n fẹ́ ònú ìjọba ń ta fẹ́ lélẹ̀. Ìjọba náà dẹ̀ máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, they go negotiate. But why this one protest? Can't they fear everybody? Why can't they say the whole nation? Why now? What is inside the so now you can't they see another person? Some go say no to protest. And the people where they suffer for this country new. The one where invest me past now Borno state people where they carry say no to protest. Where we say every day that they kidnap you, that they kill you, that they kill your parents, that they kill your child. Are you people okay? Now, when this thing now come the high, where they say this protest, it won't hurt. Now, rice, we they buy rice, bag of rice. 95,000 naira. The rice they come put down for 40,000. Why they not put down for 40,000 since? Why now? Because these people they don't see us finish. Our mekunu antiri watan, they no say anything they do, they talk, we go agree. We no have option. Those people where they say no to protest, no say no to protest. Is this is this people they protest say at this? So now the purpose of saying no to protest, now I no understand. Say Nigeria, wow, are you trying to prove that Nigeria is okay, Nigeria is fine, or what are you trying to say bring out for that side? You don't understand?
I understand.
What are you trying to bring out in that side? Say no to protest. Say, I'm okay, Nigeria. You know, for many countries, you know, like as I did like this, if you say na USA I did, I supposed to collect CCN, SSI. If you say na America I did, I supposed to collect SSI because many people did. So I get some many people will be say if they think too much, they disabled be that. I be disabled too because I dey think. This Nigeria they make me think. And make I tell you people true. Nobody see all this die where on they use the alem anybody. Nobody even they fear for die already anymore. Nobody they fear of die because everybody don't die already. For this country, everybody don't die already. So yeah, nobody they anything being passing. Now you bring the rice to 40,000. You say, do you bring pepper because of rice? Or say it's a kg, rice kg to 40,000. Say Maiyegun tata. You know how much they sell tomatoes for market? You did there, you dey bury money for your house, you dey bury money they spoil there. And people dey for outside where they no fit avoid 2,000 naira a day. Some people never eat this morning. They don't know waiting they go eat, talk less of afternoon, talk less of night in this country. Some people don't know where they sleep, where your dog they sleep. Some people never sleep there. And you come out they say no to protest. See, if you don't have respect, and the problem we are having in this country, most of celebrities is among of the problem of this country. Where they give so most of them some things now, they go change talk. No, now we are all Nigeria. We are not a slave. See, this video I do now, anything you like, you feel talk, you feel curse me. Tomorrow, you feel walk on and arrest me. Before too, anybody not even happy for Nigeria. So anything where it won't happen, nobody even care. Like me now, I don't care. Anything where it won't happen, make it stop. You understand? Get out.
They made up their mind. I am in pain. I am in severe pain.
Lande. Oh, why can't I remember his name properly? That guy spent 6 minutes to knock senses into the same people they are hiring and paying to forget all of their hardship caused by these people. They are promoting tribalism. They are promoting divide and rule. All of this just to make sure that you do not have the number to force their hand. This is what they don't want. But listen again. If anybody says, na person where they are abroad, they incite you. Just know that they are using the APC, Egbekegbe talking points. These are criminals who will never, they will never blame themselves. They blame everyone. They blame God. They blame gods. They blame weather. They blame you. They blame me. They blame everyone for why they destroyed Nigeria. And they actually want you to be grateful too. Like grateful. All because they believe that whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. More money will do it. So say no to protest, including the Alago. This one too. Telling people that they have been told that foreigners are coming to protest in their area. So the king says, anybody that comes out to protest, whatever they see, they should take it.
ọba gbọ́ àjogún kábíyèsí ní kí yé o àwọn olóyè ní kí yé o kábíyèsí ní kí sọ fún yín àwọn ń gbọ́ gidi kan ọlọ́run ọmọọba àti ọmọ àlejò ọlọ́run fẹ́ bu àjàgídíjàgan níjọ́ Thursday lọ́dún máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ kábíyèsí àyẹ̀pọ̀ àwọn òfẹ́ kẹ́nìbọ̀dì pé ọmọ ẹ̀ àti ọmọbìnrin àti ọmọkùnrin kẹ́nìbọ̀dì pé ọmọ ẹ̀ kó tọwọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ bá sọ o ọmọ tí ò bá ti gbọ́ tọwọ́ wọn bá ti tó àwọn gbé lọ ni o.
Even the person where they be the gang, say that one no need palliative. Somebody that need help is helping the oppressors to scare the other oppressed from expressing their displeasure inside the contraption. Asari Dokubo, Asari Dokudom, who once told us, where is the other video where he said, if Thiefnubu fail, hold me responsible.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
You say?
I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The job people are already angry that this is the worst government.
We have just started.
We must learn a lesson.
And that same Asari Dokudom, who also told us, this is not the Bola Ahmed Tinubu I know.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992 when I encounter you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend, and I call him my friend. And calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Ekalo boko tubo dugare bebe. Ebikite buayima. Esi buba. This is not
Esi buba. So today, Akpabiole and his aircraft filled with money landed in Niger Delta, Port Harcourt, where they decided to call a meeting of Niger Delta youth. And the message from Thiefnubu was delivered to them. So, but before the message was delivered, the email was sent to them. Asari Dokubo was there to prep them. Listen to what he told the Niger Delta youth about the protests against economic hardship, corruption, and others. Asari, ready for hire.
I thank all of you. Me, I'm going straight. They've said everything. They've spoken all the English. So the one that I will speak, I don't know which one I'm going to speak now. Now I want to say that I want to go to straight. We're not going to I and all those who believe in me. And those of you who are committed to the interests of the Niger Delta, we're not going to be part of any protest. It's as clear as that. If anybody have the right to protest, I also have the right to resist protest. Where your rights stop, that's where my right begins. I am anti-protest. People will say that they've given him money. That's why he's talking this way. I am now. Go take your own. Me, I don't take my own. Because a lot of people make these claims, and when they make this claim, you now start to hide. When they make this claim, you now start to be apologetic. We were all here. The same formula, the same pattern. When our brother was there, they protested. Today, another of our brother is here. They want to protest. It's the truth. When you allow yourself to be used, when you always bend their back for people to ride on you, they will continue to ride on you. Like the IYC president said, our needs included in their 10-point demands? No. So we are not important to them. But it's our resources that they want to share. We are not important to, but they want to share our resources. I want to say that I have the capacity. I'll be away, Keme. I have the capacity. If you carry your protest, come near me, you will collect. Those who brought anti-SARS protest and went to Obibo, they collected from me woto. Everybody knows it. The government knows it. The security agent knows it. I gave them woto. Look, don't be deceived by flowery words. Don't be deceived by people's flowery words. Statement they make. Look at their life. What have they done to impact on their society, on the environment? No be today hospital no dey for Buguma. No be today hospital no dey for Bonima. No be today hospital no dey for Calabari land. It has always been there. And I will not expect that my friend came 1 year after. I say because hospital not there for Buguma, we don't close since 1990 something, I should kick my friend out of power. I will not be part of it. These are anarchists. When you fail election, wait for another election season. It's 4 years. Go and sell yourself to the people. But you say you will not agree. After you have failed, you will continue. Then you are not patriotic. You are the problem of this country. You are not patriotic. You are the problem of this country. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu won this election against all odds. No candidate had gone through the travails that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu went through to win this election. Everything was against him. And he triumphed. Wait for your turn. See, let me tell you. Let me tell you one thing. Don't pretend about it. We are all sitting here peacefully. It will be good for you to visit Liberia, visit Somalia, visit Venezuela, visit Somalia, and ask those people. I was in Libya, I was a friend of Gaddafi, I lived in Libya. Libya was paradise. Today, Libya is hellfire. 90% of those who led this anarchy against Gaddafi, they are all dead. Let nobody...
I hope you are all paying attention to those who are really inciting violence here. I hope you are paying attention. And for the record, MaiyegunsDiary Politico will continue to keep that. Did you hear him? When he said, if you say he has collected money, go and collect your own. Then he just switched to this whole protest is not about them. It is because they lost elections in 2020. And he went on to say he resist protest. The police heard that, they were there. They were there. Akpabiole was in that room. Then he went on, he said, go and ask if you bring your protest, you go collect. Ask those who tried us in Obigbo, they collected from me. And whenever anybody referred to Obigbo in 2020, it was Obigbo massacre. They declared curfew. And the Nigerian army, so maybe it wasn't actually the Nigerian army, they were Asari's army. Wow. So the Asawana are actually those behind the unknown gunmen you are mostly hearing about all the time. He publicly said he has been working with Bokwari, and Bokwari knows his army has been helping him to clear the Igbo land. He brags of killing Igbos there in that video. But it's not done here.
Let nobody deceive you that there will be peaceful protest. It's not a peaceful protest. It's a call to anarchy. Have you read the 10-point demand? A change of government. It's a change of government, a change of constitution, a change of this. Is that demand for good governance? That is a coup. And we have to resist. All of us, yes, people have been hungry. This is not the first time. And nobody is happy that people are hungry. We are all working so that people, the burden on the shoulder of the people will be lifted up and will be carried away. The president has done this, the president has done that, the president is doing this, he's not doing that. When a government comes to power, we cease to be political party members. We cease to be PDP, we cease to be APC, we cease to be YPP, we cease to be any other party. We all now have a party called Nigeria. Party Nigeria, that's what we are. And we must all work. No religion says that you must pray for your government to fail. Anywhere you see a small thing for the government to fail, immediately you jump in. The government must fail. This government will not fail. This government will not fail. This government will stand. We might have differences. We must also tell those in government that if you are in government, you must not use your power in government to suppress the people and to cause anarchy. There are people in government say, now we go deal with you. You know if you deal with me. You know if you deal with me. Me, you know if you deal with me, I they tell you. Now me, they tell you, say, no if you deal with me. So those who think they can deal with us, they should not spoil the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Me, I know Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I have known him to his bedroom. And I know that there is no president that had come in this country that is like Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I'm not, all of you know me, I don't flatter people. In fact, I specialize in abusing people. So I don't flatter people. I don't. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu and Sami Mbuku, Denis Otuaro, and others are people who were in the trenches with us. This is the first time a president that is one of us is in Aso Rock. And that's why we must support him. Because we know that he's dealing and interacting with people who do not understand what we went through, what we have. We have paid our price from June 12th to today. We have paid our price. We have gone to prison. We have been underground. We have been buried alive. We have every right to gain our respect. We are telling you, don't go. Look, what they want to do is to come here to blow pipelines, to intercept trucking, to intercept badges. You heard what happened in Imo State yesterday, where they killed police officers. That is what they want to do. And we must resist them. We must not allow them to bring their anarchy here. But if you get strong-head, you bring down. If you get strong-head, you bring down. I know be Thiefnubu, I know the government, I know be chief of army staff, I know be IG of police. If you do anyhow, you go see anyhow. Don't bring your protest here. This protest does not concern us. And anywhere where you are doing your protest, I did that you are doing your protest, I know that you are a threat to me, I will be a threat to you. That is it. I'm not going to romance my words. I'm not going to do CC with you. I am not a CC. My name is Asari Dokubo, and I'm going to live up to my name. And I will stand firm. I'm not doing it because Tinubu is going to give me anything. No, I'm doing it because I believe that if I don't do it, my life will be in danger. The life of my children will be in danger. The life of my compatriot, all of you who are here, will be in danger. It is wrong for us to be part or even conceive these protests. Those who have lost the election should prepare for 2027. Thank you.
This is not the Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992, when I encounter you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend, and I call him my friend, and calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. This is not.
Asari Dokubo spent 11 minutes threatening Nigerians with guns, with violence. And in that same breath, he was adding a bit of an insurance. All of you in government, now I have delivered. I hope all of you should know that we all suffered for this government and you need to take care of us too, kind of. But it will be on record. If there is violence during the protests, Asari Dokubo, who actually, because Nigeria is, Nigeria is a crime scene, a criminal's den. That is why somebody like Asari Dokubo could sit on a national TV and threaten the country, spitting and spewing gibberish and nonsense and making himself feel good. He is a known Niger Delta terrorist, Niger Delta militant, a glorified name for terrorists in that part. Ijaw Youth Council, who have declared their own support for this. Asari Dokubo collect your money and walk away. He is just a man. That is what the Niger Deltans are saying. Asari na one person. Now he ain't go see anyhow. And they know him very well. He's only playing to the gallery for the likes of Akpabiole. I think Asari's, Asari's statement somehow boosted the confidence of Akpabiole. And Akpabiole made all these pledges to 10,000 Niger Delta youth every month. Listen. So if they tell you say protest, no, they work. See waiting protest they do, even before the day of protest. Now, Niger Delta, that Akpabiole and his gang gave middle fingers for years. Suddenly, they care for them so as to stop them from participating in a protest.
Try to come. So the whispers of our nation is already receiving attention. The economic challenges are known by the president because all of us feel the impact of what is happening now. but we are aware that it will be for a short while. The specific issues faced by the Niger Delta must be contained in that communique because we are going to make it available to Mr. President. The ones that need legislation will come to us. The ones that need intervention will go to NDDC. The ones that need more money will go to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I assure you that those issues will be addressed. MD, I want to thank you for what you said. You said, we are not interested in regime change. Let us own this government. Those who want to protest can protest, but let us be there eating. Am I right? I must thank Niger Delta. So, in conclusion, we acknowledge the fact that the impact of oil and gas activities in our region has done immeasurable damage to our people. It reshaped our lives, it reshaped our economy, it reshaped our environment. So we must expedite action to address those concomitant socio-economic issues that have arisen as a consequence. Be rest assured that the Thiefnubu administration will release the necessary funds for critical projects in the Niger Delta region and will ensure that the needs of our people and our dreams are realized. Let me take a moment again to with vibrant colors, a tapestry woven with threads of unity, resilience, and determination. For Niger Delta, I see a people like the mighty Babao tree, standing tall and unyielding, rooted in the rich oil of our heritage. Try to come.
Nuisance, Lily.
That was him. He was about to start pressing them and making, massage their ego a little bit. They said when you are protesting, 10,000 Niger Delta youths would have access to 50,000 naira each so that they don't need to join you. They can just go and drink and eat. So right now, the likes of Akpabiole, as their own effort to cut down and reduce the participation or the effect of this protest, they are sharing money, be anything. But guess what? It's like giving people 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, or 50,000 naira like they are doing, right? But people still have to go out there and unable to afford. How much is a liter of petroleum today? So those of you who are on the street, I think I have somebody who says something on that. Here, there's a report on that. What is it like today?
Residents who continue to decry the latest fuel supply crisis in Nigeria say buying premium motor spirit at the rate of 800 to 1,200 naira per liter in some of the filling stations is most insensitive at these very difficult times in the country.
If for now, petrol is 800 naira, 900 per liter. When we come here, we buy it 619. But the other people from Ifo is 800, 900. And some place for Ifo, no lights. We are using generator to pump water. To use it for lights is generator. And our money is not get value again.
We had a very bad experience about this fuel issue. There are a lot of queue. In fact, I traveled to Ibadan. That was last weekend. Could you believe I was stuck on the road? The rate that I bought fuel on the road, I queued for more than 1.5 hours. And at the end of it, I bought fuel at a rate of 1,200 naira per liter. What's happening in Nigeria?
Residents who spoke to AIT on the development say the number of man-hours spent on queues remain worrisome, calling on the NNPC to quickly intervene to address the situation.
We want to make you people beg our people, NNPC, to bring fuel. The fuel is high too much. We are suffering with transporter. See my downfall here. 6 months here now, I cannot see fuel buy. The fuel is cost.
For over 2 hours now, I've been on the queue. And the way I'm looking at the thing, there is possibility I stay more than 2 hours on this queue because they have not yet started selling the fuel.
While expressing concern on the implications of the current supply challenges, some of the motorists warned that a prolonged supply crisis may snowball into uncontrollable actions.
The economy situation is seriously affected as a result of this situation. And if government did not try as much as possible to intervene to this situation, it can generate into crisis, because people that want to go to market go to their places of work and they left stranded as a result of fuel scarcity. Before you know it, other things that they are not prepared for will begin to happen.
Amidst latest fuel supply crisis in some parts of the country, government and the NNPC have continued to reassure citizens that there is no cost.
To reassure them. Sorry about that. There's something I didn't take off there anyway. So give me a sec.
Who are those sponsoring protests against President Thiefnubu? There are three. 1. Thiefnubu's own ineptitude. 2. Unabated insecurity. 3. Worsening mass abject poverty. Who are...
Thank you. Sorry about that. You know why I'm actually including what people are currently saying on their streets. The ones that APC, Egbekegbe, is doing everything to buy everyone buyable. But they do not have enough resources to buy everyone. Because the hardship, the economic destruction created by their incompetence and corruption has run so deep beyond what some of them can even imagine, but they will find out soon. So, it is not those of us who are from outside Nigeria that needed to remind them in Nigeria anymore. It is not us that needed to motivate them anymore. Hunger, insecurity, corruption. There are enough things to motivate them. They have just been using so many tools and efforts to suppress them, suppress their voices, and scare them to death. But whenever they have the chance of telling you what they actually will do, you will understand that. Except for the fact that those criminals in Nigeria are living what you can call living in denial. A lot of us are about to experience what is called the root shock. There are those who are getting ready. In Abia State, their governor, Alex Otti, broadcasted to the state today in advising the people what to do when the protest hit Abia State. If you ever hit Abia, Abia in particular, the people should do their best to make sure it is peaceful. That's kind, right? Let's go listen to him. It's a statewide broadcast, by the way. So, the first part.
Umunem Diabia, fellow Nigerians and friends, I bring you warm greetings from our dearly beloved capital city, Umuahia. Let me specially thank you for tuning in to this special broadcast where I shall be addressing a few important national issues, how they affect us here in the state, and the best part for us as a people in an earnest push for progress and genuine development. For the past few months, we have had expressions of dissatisfaction from various quarters. Recently, the sentiments of disaffection have snowballed into threats of protests across many regions, states, and cities in the country. Clearly, there is evidence that all is not well in the polity, as it would be uncharitable to dismiss the genuine angst of millions of our compatriots who have been caught up in the rising wave of economic troubles, such that despite their best efforts, they still struggle to meet their daily needs. We have to acknowledge that some of the measures taken by the central government to stop the hemorrhaging of our economy has brought severe hardship to many individuals. families, and organizations. Uncertainty has become rife, and there is widespread fear about what tomorrow may bring, as biting inflation continues to frustrate the plans of individuals and businesses. While it is fair to acknowledge the present pain, it is also proper to realize that what we are suffering today is the culmination of years of poor judgment in the management of the national economy. The ill-advised policy decisions of the past, recklessness in the use of ways and means instrument of the central bank, and a certain inability to address rampant acts of economic sabotage all contributed to the distress now affecting millions of Nigerians. Much of the steps taken by the federal government, including removal of petroleum subsidy, are aimed at ending years of abuses and cronyism, and ultimately redirect national resources to areas of genuine needs, especially infrastructural development, and other initiatives that can improve the economy through job creation and holistic reset of the real sector to drive long-term growth. It was clear from the get-go that these corrective measures will come with pain and inconveniences. Even then, the expectation was that the pain will be short-lived, while the gains will ultimately set the national economy free to serve. So far, the expectations have not been materialized, and our compatriots are losing patience. This explains what now seems like a resort to protest for many who apparently have lost hope in the promises of economic rejuvenation. Again, I would like to acknowledge that the right to protest is a democratic one, which adds to the appeal of democracy. We are a democratic nation, and citizens to whom the leaders are all accountable to are free to always express their dissatisfaction, especially when their basic needs are not met. At any rate, the subject...
Let's jump forward, okay? Because it's like a 10-minute video, right? So this was them getting to that part to say, well, it's your right, it stays, it starts, but please make it peaceful. There's no threats against any protester in Abia State, okay? You are free to assemble, and you are free to push your demands, and everyone who wants to be part of that is welcome to be. And if you don't want to be part of that, you can still go about your normal businesses if you want to. There's, it said more. Well, let's fast forward it a bit, okay, to this.
And community leaders led a mass movement to reclaim our state from the ruins caused by unaccountable leadership. Using the very same tools I'm advocating today, they disrupted the political dynamics in the state and installed a government that answers to them. Even in the face of injustice and extreme provocation, there was never a time violence became an option. 14 months after assumption of office, even those who saw our cause as a lost one now agree that indeed nothing can beat the determined action of a group of sincere people motivated by the desire to make a change in their social and economic conditions. Abia since May 29 last year has seen unprecedented infrastructural development, and things we were told could not be done have now become routine activities. Hope is returning, and all that could have been imperiled by violence have now been attained by patience, firmness, and non-threatening dispositions. I would draw this broadcast to a close by calling on our young people in Abia State to adopt the principle of self-restraint in the wake of the widespread calls for street protests, lest what we worked hard to attain be destroyed by those whose objectives are at variance with yours. The new Abia is your baby and must be protected from whatever could present a threat to its continual development, especially in the urban centers of Aba and Umuahia, where we are investing massively in impact-driven infrastructural projects. It took so much sacrifice, tears, and blood to arrive at our present destination. We are therefore invited to resist any temptation to engage in acts that could unsettle our progress and return us to the better forgotten days of arson, destruction, and disruption. What every part of Abia needs presently is a high sense of order and peace so that citizens can go about their lawful businesses while we continue to push for the stabilization of the economy using less destructive means, including regular engagement with our leaders and representatives at the various levels of government. I would at this point call on parents, religious and traditional rulers, youth leaders, and persons of influence to join the Abia State government in appealing to our young people not to lend themselves to any activities that could threaten the peace of our communities. If we have learned anything from a careful study of street protests over the years, it is the fact that things can become very unpredictable without a moment's notice, and the innocent could easily become victims. While the Abia State government remains committed to its statutory obligation of protecting lives and property, we must also know that as citizens, we have a very important responsibility in this regard by refraining from any action that may threaten the peace we currently enjoy. As a government, we shall continue to do our best to improve the living conditions of our people. We recently gave out 1 billion naira interest-free loans to 10,000 nano and micro enterprises across all the communities in the state. Workers in the state have just been paid a part of the combined 45,000 naira wage award promised them earlier in the month. These payments shall continue as we also seek new ways of ensuring that every group is catered for in the state's economic stimulus and support program.
And on and on and on. The bottom line, Sha, is that he is not saying it directly that if you can just please not protest, please. But since I can't tell you not to, okay? But please, Abians, can you please protect the public properties from vandalism or from people burning properties and all of that? Yeah, they will do it gladly. You just have to tell your security men not to do what they know how to do best, triggered, and begin to shoot people. Unprovoked, even unprovoked, right? Shooting people. You see, those who are going to take them on, they are not the ones you are spending your energy to respond to on social media. They are mostly the ones who have heard about the fact that they could stand up and protest and they are preparing for it. Or those who are really hanging for violence are no other than APC. Yeah, it's their own press release to tell everybody that if you are not going to stop the protest, they are going to now mobilize all APC members across Nigeria, 36 states. They are going to mobilize all of them to march in support of Thiefnubu. Now look at it this way. They are going to need logistics. They're going to use money. They will need to pay their APC members, okay, to come out and join them in solidarity rally for APC. Here you get now. So they will need to pay them just like the ones they are paying right now. But the question is this. Are the APC members not part of those who are actually suffering now? I'll show you something. But let me show you the first part of the oppressor threatening the entire country, that they are mobilizing all APC members in 36 states and Abuja. They will be on the streets to resist you. Now, you see how many people will now go try to resist you and stop you now? The pastors, loyal to Thiefnubu, Christian Association of Nigeria, Islamic Association of Nigeria, Babalawo Association of Nigeria, Mamalawo Association of Nigeria, Oloro Association of Nigeria, the Agbero Association of Nigeria. And then maybe those ones who are like the terrorists as well, local terrorists. A lot of them are now promising that they will what? They will resist you from protesting. Now, APC, Egbe, that told you that some people want to politicize this. They have decided to officially declare. You know, say na APC, they protest in Nigeria before they gain power. Now, all of them, Bokwari, Thiefnubu, and others, right? So what they are now saying is that it is wrong for PDP to join the protest. It is wrong for Labour to join the protest. It is wrong for Atifku to declare support. It is wrong for Obi to declare support for the protest, the anarchists. But it is not wrong for APC, Egbe to declare nationally that they will crush the citizens. The question is, which citizens are they going to, who are they going to use to crush the citizens? Are they not citizens themselves? Do they have any special economy for APC people? But they are confident. So that is the anarchy that looms. Listen to this, and I will show you something after that.
Of some of these persons, that the protest is more political than the economic concerns that was earlier expressed. It is therefore proper to bring to the knowledge of rightly guided thinking Nigerians that the political undercurrent flowing from the planned protest appears to have redirected the initial focus, which was about economic challenges, poverty, and high cost of living, to an unconstitutional change of government by some failed politician. And this statement can be substantiated by their charter of demands, which is clearly that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria should be jettisoned with a people constitution that will emanate from the holding of a sovereign national conference. You are all aware that Mr. President took an oath to protect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To tell him to jettison this Constitution is to commit an unconstitutional breach, which itself will not be good for all of us. Our dear journalists, fellow Nigerians, as we gather this day, we want to let you know that the elections have since been concluded, and disputes that arose from that election have also been amicably settled by the highest court of the land. It is therefore surprising that some losers are trying to use this planned protest to achieve their aim, and this is stoutly condemned by all of us as chairmen and members of our great party who worked so tirelessly to earn the trust and support of all Nigerians. We condemn it in its totality for being illegal, and we call on all Nigerians alike, including journalists, to condemn it too. Because this democracy, which a lot of you fought with your blood to allow us enjoy today, we all need to protect it. As the ruling party, we are prepared to meet every contestant in 2027, when the first term of our dear president will come to an end. And it is only Nigerians that will decide through the power of the ballot whether we have done well or not. And if Nigerians decide that we should continue, which is within the right of Mr. President, he will surely seek re-election. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are confident that and very optimistic that the President's policy in the areas of students' loan scheme, the consumer credit scheme, the minimum wage award by over 133%, the CNG vehicle conversion policy, the renewed vigor in the war against corruption, insurgency, banditry, crude oil theft, the massive infrastructure projects, the renewed hope housing project across the country, the massive distribution of food and financial support to all states across political party lines as palliatives, the creation of the Ministry of Livestock, which is fundamentally geared towards a permanent solution to the persistent farmers and herders clashes in the Benue Plateau Taraba region, which is the food basket of this country, and in some part of the northern part of this country. And above all, the review of the privatization policy of the previous administration as it has to do with the reform in the energy sector. The recent Supreme Court judgment that has granted autonomy to the local government, that has brought government even closer to the people and will guarantee the participation of everybody from the grassroots. And above all, the removal of import taxes on pharmaceutical and food products.
Like I said, right? It was the gathering of APC, Egbekegbe, and it's a long windpipe of almost nothing until they got to that stage of we will stand and defend Ashiwaju this or that. So I'm going to be skipping it too. Here is another part, right?
APC State Chairman Forum, 36 states, including Abuja FCT. We are gathered here to address the press and Nigerians alike on the state of the nation and our position as a party. And which is very audible to the deaf and very clear to the blind to see that Mr. President is on the right track. This is necessary because as a government, we cannot fold our hands and allow undemocratic forces take over the mandate that was given to us in trust by the great people of Nigeria. We therefore want to call on all party men and concerned Nigerians in other political parties, because we appreciate the comments coming from rightly guided thinking Nigeria. One of them is the governor of Abia, who yesterday had to counter the presidential candidate of one of the political parties to say that protests must follow the rule of law. That was a bold and courageous statement. And we call on other leaders across political party lines to toe the same line. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we enjoin everyone to stand firm in the protection of democracy. It should be noted that the violent protests being contemplated by some of these faceless groups, as contained in their Charter of Demand, will annihilate the democratic ideals which all political parties have subscribed to. This is unacceptable, and we must resist it in the most civil manner, not by engaging in fighting, not by engaging in violence, but by occupying the streets to sensitizing innocent and peace-loving people of our dear country about the plans of some of these failed politicians who want to get power through every illegitimate means by inciting ignorant Nigerians to embark on violent protest. We call on all security agencies, and before we even call on them, we want to thank them for their proactive steps already taken. But we call on them to be more proactive. As a government and as a party, we shall not accept reactionary measures any longer. In our meeting with Mr. President on the 15th of March, 2024, we said the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have provided the necessary support to security agencies. No one expects him to be in the battlefield to protect lives and property. That is saddled in the hands of security agencies, and we please appeal to them to be awake. to be vigilant, because the plans of the evildoers are of evil and not of good. But we are reminded, at the risk of going episcopal, that the book of Isaiah is very clear that they will surely gather, but because this gathering is not of God, they will surely scatter. And the book of Romans goes far to say that everybody must subject himself to the governing authority, for there is no authority except that comes from God. And therefore, we have a president today that by your support, and because the voice of the people is the voice of God, he is leading us well. We therefore want to say that with God on our side, our country shall overcome all challenges. I thank you.
Nuisance Lele. I told you I was skipping the whole thing so that we can easily just get it and get it over with. So they are going to be mobilized because to them, your protest is violence protest, even when you continue to tell them no. They said they don't want the innocent Nigerians or ignorant Nigerians to be deceived. Take a look at the ignorant Nigerians, that they don't want anybody to deceive them from asking for a better life.
Ẹgbà wa o ẹni ká dìbò fún yín tẹ́ wọlé fìyà jẹ wá o ẹja tààrà di 30,000 ó di 70,000 kó tẹ 15,000 ó di 40,000 ẹ ṣàánú ebi ń pawọ́ ẹ má ní wá lára a lè jáde a lè jẹun o àti wà nulẹ̀ ẹjẹ ìdọ̀dà tàtà fi rànmọ́ ní skúlù a lè rànmọ́ skúlù bá a lè jó a lè wá sọ́jà mọ́ a lè jẹun ẹ ṣàánú ẹ má ní wá lára ara ní wá o ara ní aráàlú ẹ ṣàánú ẹ bá fara ní wá o. Ẹ bá sọ gbogbo èdè rọ o ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí kò dáa fún wa o ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òdú lára ni ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òdú lára ẹ má ní wá lára ẹ má fara ní wá ẹ ṣàánú wa ilé làwọn àdèjáde àdèjẹun àròwó tajà àròwó jẹun gbogbo tẹ̀ ṣe fún wa ó ní gbogbo òdú lára ẹlẹ́jọ́ ìgbòdo sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ṣàánú wa o Tinubu ẹ ṣàánú wa o ìjọba Èkó yìí náà ẹ ṣàánú wa. Ẹ ṣàánú wa á ti dìbò fún yín kò yẹ kó ẹ wá ṣe báyìí fún wa Sanwó-Olú ẹ ṣàánú wa á ti dìbò fún yín gbogbo tẹ sọkọdẹ padà wá ń ṣe yìí ẹni wá lára ni ẹni ẹ máa dùn aráàlú ẹ dì wá nú ẹja ta fi ṣe gbàjọ ta fi rán wọn léwe ẹ jẹ́ ká rán wọn léwe mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká rán jẹjẹ ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣíjú àánú wa ẹ má ní wá lára ara ní aráàlú gbogbo ọtọ rẹ jẹ ara ní wọn àwọn tàtà ara ní wọn ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa Sanwó-Olú àbẹ Tinubu ẹ ṣàánú wa o a ti dìbò fún ẹ wá wọlé tán ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ wá ní ọmọ Yorùbá ara yín lára jẹ ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kí ìbò wọlé tí ìbò bá wọlé kò ní rí báyìí ṣebí ẹdẹ ilẹ̀ bá ṣe kí lè ṣe kankan ẹ ní kankan ṣe fún ẹni wá lára ni èmi lọ́kàn ṣé ó ti kàn yín sí tẹjọ́ mi Èkó ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún wa ẹni wá lára ni ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún ara ni wá àrùn jẹjẹ tábàtàjà kan pọ́jọ́ gbèsè ti pọ̀ ju o gbèsè pọ̀ ju ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣàánú aráàlú o ebi ń pawọ́ ẹ ṣàánú wa o tábàtàjà kan pọ́jọ́ owó ẹ ṣàánú wa o láṣẹ kẹ́ bàbá yín kẹ́ ṣàánú ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tẹ ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa fún gbogbo àgbáyé ẹ ṣàánú wa.
For all this stress and pains I'm going through, at the end of the day, I'm still seeing my people buy fuel at the rate of 520 naira. And the deal settled, the subsidy was paid till end of July. We are seeing in June, my people now buying the fuel. And you as a new president in the office, you are not saying anything. Are you connived with these people to frustrate masses? Sir, we all drive away from Peter Obi just because we realize that he's a pretender. So if we are not driving away from Peter Obi just because he's a pretender, and the road we were facing now, we were discovered that same person that we believe that is going to for masses is the same people is a pretender to us. Sir, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, don't dare us in this country, don't dare us. Some people are not eating. Some people they cannot walk freely just because they are campaigning for you. They use their life to campaign for you. Sir, you can send us to prison, you can do anything, you can arrest us, but we will never let you rest. If you continue selling food at the rate of 520 naira and you are not saying anything, We use our life to campaign for you. We do have free movement just because we are campaigning for you. Now you are frustrating us. We need to talk at this point. If you don't have a final say on the marketers to tell them they should stop selling fuel at rate of 520 naira after 3 weeks in the office. Sir, I am highly disappointed in you. I am highly disappointed in you because I thought after the meeting you are going to instruct them to sell the fuel at 185 naira till ending of July before you decide on what to do. But as I'm talking to you now, we were saying you play the same role of Buhari, because we all know that when they dictate for Buhari, they tell Buhari what to do. Now same thing is happening to you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let me tell you, we are ready to die with your neck. We will drag with you because we use our life to campaign for you, and we will never.
Nigerians said, "Yo, please, let's make this country comfortable for ourselves. A liter of petrol is 900 naira in my area here. NNPC says logistics. Please, NNPC, please now."
Àti December, àti ẹ̀fọ́ àti January, àárín kankan, Ọlọ́run àárín kankan. Ṣèrò àtúbọ̀ tán. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ wọn tí ìpínlẹ̀ wọn ò tòrò púpọ̀ ní wọn náà lọ wá sẹ́nétọ̀ púpọ̀ ní wọn náà lọ wá mínísítà. Ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè wo gan-an wá ló fi yàtọ̀ sáwọn àwọn tó ti ṣèjọba tẹ́lẹ̀. Nígbà tí ẹ sì fi débẹ̀ alálàánú mẹ̀kúnnù dé ìyàwó dópin gbogbo tá a fẹ́ láàárí ẹjọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn.
Káàárọ̀ o, ìjọba àgbáyé ẹgbàá.
Those are the people that are going to break into people's shops. Those are the people, Agbadorians, that are going to break into people's homes if they have the opportunity. The people that told us that we are going to cry for 8 years. Baba, within 7 months, Baba, our native act like terrorists too. Aggressive, angry. That's the reality. Those are the people that want to go out there, or part of them. So Agbadorian that is feeling like that. Shetobari shop, Konija shop. At least they were the ones who also broke into the palace of Oba, chased Oba of Lagos away 4 years ago. I bet it back be. When they talk about people burning property, people vandalizing property in Lagos, who were those people? They were the abandoned Yorubas, Yoruba children that they failed to train. Those ones trained, they were not given any empowerment like jobs. They have no jobs. They are poor. And they are watching all these guys throw away all this wealth. And when they had the opportunity, they entered the palace of Obaiko. The people that are responsible for that, they decided to go and blame the Igbos instead. Today, they are talking about burning of properties, looting of properties. Here is one of the scenes of the looting that took place in Lagos 4 years ago. Listen to the commentary and the talk. People who are talking behind. And then you now ask yourself, okay, who are those they say are looting and burning properties? Are they foreigners? Just so you know that the people, they actually made their life hell like that. They are everywhere all over Yoruba land. They will loot any shop. They will loot anywhere just to feed. You know those who won't loot anybody's property? It will be those who never really expected anything from APC. Egbe. Guess what? They are now those who really want to stand up and say things are really bad and they want it better. Now they are using some of you, the Agbadorians, the Bambi Alas, the ones that are crying. Now they cry. You say people will cry, but now they cry. Now suddenly they don't return you back to the election mode. You don't forget about your suffering. You need to protect Thiefnubu and save him now. When the protests break out, now this kind of people you should look out for. The supposed my brothers and sisters, that those who are in charge of Nigeria, in charge of Yoruba land, the ones they have impoverished so much. Now them loot the palace of Oba of Eko. But they said all of us should blame the Igbos for it. Take a look at the looters. The looters during protest. Here is one from 4 years ago.
Ogima, see everything. We don't shop am. Above Lagos. Don't shop am everything. Everything. Nothing. We don't shop everything. What do you think about Lagos? For everything, everybody. You can see, we don't enter swimming pool. Where? Everything we buy, we can see Mr. Swimming pool here. Everybody they enjoy, no wala.
Oúnjẹ tó yẹ kó máa bá àwọn masses. Àdáyé léṣe yẹn léṣe o. Ẹ̀wọ̀n ọmọ mi rẹ̀. Gómẹ̀ ọgbọ́n pàṣẹ jáde. Why did you like this now? I don't know what I think you know. I say dollar. See money. White ló wà kò lè dárìn wà wọ́n bèjì.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I can't just believe it. I can't believe it.
This is Politico.
They were robbing and looting the moment they discovered that COVID-19 palliative that was supposed to be shared to the people. COVID-19 palliative that they were stored in the palace of Oba of Lagos. So when the people got the wind of that, people in the area, the people who are Lagosians, the Saleko children, they entered the palace. And what they found, they looted the palace. But they are not mentioning them in those who looted Lagos. They are not mentioning them in those who destroyed Lagos. Because by so doing, they will be indicting themselves. Anyway, the people of Southern Kaduna says they are not against protests, but they are not supporting it because you can't send a wounded soldier to war. So they are encouraging everybody not to join in Southern Kaduna.
So it will be improper for me, to ask my people to go and protest without presenting the issues, the problem of my people to government. If they refuse to do it, then we act.
Bring back the oil fuel subsidy. Let's get back to maybe fuel under 200 or 300. Let prices of food items go down because people don't eat, they get angry. And a hungry man is an angry man. And that is why I said, well, I don't have a problem with the protest, but they must not make it violent. You cannot trust the protest that it will not degenerate to another thing. But people have fundamental constitutional right to protest.
That kind of thing, I don't know which words to use because I don't want to undermine the protest. But I don't think it is convenient for Southern Kaduna, especially now that you don't send a wounded man to war. You allow him heal first. So I would please plead that the land heals. We are still healing. Our governor is making efforts in that direction.
We need to ask pertinent questions such as, what can politics actually do for our people? How can politics resolve our most crippling problems in Southern Nigeria?
I think what the leadership is encouraging here is for elected political office holders not to forget their origin, not to forget where they are coming from, not to also forget the support they've also gained from home. And I think this is quite encouraging and
encouraging to help them and all of that. Werewike is calling on the youth to please don't protest, please. Come, what do you want? Let's talk. They have threatened to take it back. One of the front mobilizers for this national protest. The international media, they are now focusing on what is going on in Nigeria. So this protest is now inevitable. It simply means nothing will change them anymore. Tomorrow is going to be really bloody. When I say bloody, you will see propaganda. All the WhatsApp will be filled with different propaganda. All of this to see is the last push. Because after that, the violence will kick off, and the violence is coming from Thiefnubu and his gang, who have now turned this into a political campaign. But here is something from the organizers of the nationwide protest, the mobilizers for Abuja, in responding to everyone who has threatened the citizens one time or another. Hard on that day, mobilize yourself too, even if not for support. Mobilize yourself. Everybody just day streets until something is done. This is from them.
Return fuel subsidy now.
I'm not supposed to go and submit names to the Inspector General of Police because the Constitution is clear. It's sacrosanct. We don't need to go and take permission. We can only request that they come out to secure us. There's no plan other than asking the security forces to come out and ensure the safety of Nigerians during the day of protest. And also for the public gallery that the Eagle Square that is proposed to use for protest, the fact that the Minister of FCC had acknowledged that he did not receive it, it means that directly or indirectly, he has seen it, even though I'm sure that it was delivered. So we do not need the permission of the minister, because the minister does not have a mandate. He's an appointed official. We do not need his permission before we protest and before we make use of the public gallery. Are you ready for arrest? Well, why should arrest be the response to a responsible government when people cry out for their pain? I mean, people vote for the president, today, and he's the president, and now we are pained. We have wars between the people and the government, which are the people who come out to say government is doing well. Maybe they are doing well. So now, with the fact that they are blocking the president's ears from us, when we do it, we demonstrate it on the street so that the president can hear us directly. So why should arrest be the response? Meanwhile, it will not be a new thing. We are not afraid, even though that is not what we are looking out for. But it will expose them of how responsible or irresponsible they are, if that is how they go, to demonstrate to the ruling class that the supreme power of all nations belongs to the people. And so that is why we join our brothers from the Ariwa today to declare that we are not coming out on the 1st of August to burn down our country. We are not violent people. We are patriotic citizens who love our country dearly. So we ask the security forces to join us to ensure our safety on all grounds, nationwide. So we declare to them that power belongs to the people, and nothing shall discourage us.
The youth must come out to the streets on the 1st August, and once the government failed to reverse this sugar-hating disaster and call economic policies that subjected us into abject poverty and hunger, the protest will continue till 10 August 2024 or even beyond. We must act to bring change in our father's land, and government has failed, and the youth must act. People are dying in hunger and nobody cares. No nation can survive in hunger, even water.
Come, the victory of the poor masses. We are now united on all grounds. We are no longer arguing over our differences, but uniting at every level we discover. The unity among the oppressed is their fear, and this is why they have existed for so long. We are not protesting to have overthrown the government. We are simply demanding that our cries should end. And on the 1st of August, we will come out to demonstrate to the ruling class that the supreme power of all nations belongs to the people. And so that is why we join our brothers from the Ariwa today to declare that we are not coming out on the 1st of August to burn down our country. We are not violent people.
We are patriotic citizens who love our country dearly. So we ask the security forces to join us to ensure our safety on all grounds, nationwide. So we declare to them that power belongs to the people and nothing shall discourage us. Thank you. Oshifeso Emiola. Oshifeso Emiola. I'm a member of the Take It Back movement. Nobody would be afraid of hijack of any protest because it is the responsibility of the security forces to ensure safety of the masses. But today, we only have police officers being deployed for VIPs in a street where you have maybe 3 police officers guiding one street, and behind the VIP, you see police officers in tents. So the people who will determine whether the protest will be hijacked or not is the government. It is their responsibility. Protests in Nigeria today have now become something that you need to tag peaceful, just so they don't say you want to burn down the country. And also, we can't pretend that we don't know that the only protest that the government allows is the protest that is a pro-government protest. And nobody will be afraid when it's a pro-government protest. But when it's a pro-people and a demand from the government protest, then they begin to post around that this protest might be hijacked. Now, talking about the people who lost their lives, we see videos of security agencies gathering hoodlums in their cars, deploying them in the midst of peaceful protesters, telling them to go after peaceful protesters and attack them. Till today, where are those people? Have they been prosecuted? But they only come after the people who are only making demands from the leaders in power. So that is why I ended my speech with urging the security forces to join us in ensuring safety of the peaceful protesters, because that's what it is now. Protest must go along with peace. So we are peaceful protesters, just as we said. It is their responsibility to ensure safety, and they cannot determine how long somebody will cry to the leaders that is governing their country. They cannot determine where they will be protesting. It is the country for the people, not the country for the ruling class. So that responsibility is for them.
Did you say Nigeria is ready for another end-SARS protest?
Well, end-SARS protest should have been the end of oppressive system in our country. But if not for the irresponsibilities of our leaders, by mobilizing pro-government and thugs to come and disrupt this protest, they are the ones who we should question for all the losses of lives and properties during the end-SARS. So Nigerians coming out to cry is not Nigerians coming out to burn down their country. It is only a demand making. So Nigerians are ready for liberation, not ready for martyrdom.
If I may ask.
Yes. Minister of FCT, how much the daughter of the president paid for using the venue the last time it was used by them? And also a public gallery that is meant for the people is not supposed to be, the minister is not supposed to be the determinant of the usage of the people. Whether directly or indirectly, they have seen the message. People are crying online, people are crying everywhere. And we say we are coming out. A date has been given. So the Nigerian people are the ones crying out to their leaders. They are not supposed to go and submit names to the Inspector General of Police because the Constitution is clear, it's sacrosanct. We don't need to go and take permission. We can only request that they come out to secure us. There's no plan other than asking the security forces to come out and ensure the safety of Nigerians during the day of protest. And also for the public gallery that the Eagle Square that is proposed to use for protest, the fact that the Minister of FCC had acknowledged that he did not receive it, it means that directly or indirectly, he has seen it, even though I'm sure that it was delivered. So we do not need the permission of the minister, because the minister does not have a mandate. He's an appointed official. We do not need his permission before we protest and before we make use of the public gallery.
Are you ready for?
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
thank you, Lord.
What shall I say?
Thank you, Lord.
We come to live above.
Again, let it be on record that the people participating in the national protest have said it again and again and again. They are coming to express their displeasure against government policies. They are not coming out to burn down their country. If you have intelligence and intel that says some people want to burn down anywhere, act on them and protect the protesters. My time is fast spent now, okay? I saw a video, I don't know, where Koiki and Igbo on Twitter just now say message for Maiyegun. Or everything finally, honestly speaking. But you know what? Let's go take some calls, right? If you have to leave, remember you can still like the broadcast, too, right? If you haven't already. But if you have something to tell me, if you have something to say to me, or you have something to actually say to all of us, that number on your screen is a direct number to the studio. Use it. And I will be at the other end here to take it. So give me a minute or two. I will be back. Okay. Thanks a lot, everyone, for your time. Okay. And also, what's the other one there? Anyway, don't worry. I'll tell you when I come back. You just speak it on. I think I have a caller. I'm not sure. Do I still have you there? Hello. Right. I didn't. I don't know why. I actually felt like I took a call. Now the line is open. Use it. Listen, if you really want to get through tonight, you have to keep dialing and keep dialing and keep dialing. The line is really going to be busy. I promise you. Here's my first caller tonight. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yorumole.
Brother, for sure.
Yorumole. How are you, Baba?
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
I am here.
How was your day? Isaac Baker and my children.
Baba, they are all here. We thank God. Tell them.
Baba, ogun ló máa fẹ̀jẹ̀ gbogbo wọn wẹ̀ lórí títí ọlọ́dà àwọn máa lè. Àwọn máa lè tó ń pe àwa ọmọ kan ló máa lè. I saw that Koike post. I was like, Baba, I did work that time, eh? You see, as best they catch me. And today can't be the day where one of my managers, Buruje, come around. He said, they listen to the program, but they see all those posts. The best minister no fit calling that afternoon.
I get that.
See, Baba, to me, entire bá ti bàjẹ́, ó máa ń wọ ẹni kúnra ni. You understand me? That is your fún Koiki nìyẹn. Make I just leave that on like that.
I mean, I
But you understand you understand my, you understand that my parable.
See, what I saw was that he was asking Igboho to come and confirm if Igboho is not aware that the message is sent out that Yoruba nation will not participate in this or that. He was now explaining, Baba. He said, "Asokwe lóòótọ́ ebi ń pa wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, but ebi tó ń pa wá ò ń ṣe ebi protest ń sìn, ebi pé ká kúrò Nàìjíríà ni kò dẹ̀ tí ìyá tá máa protest yẹn mo kẹ́ àwọ̀ ẹ̀ ti mad. This guy ought to mad." And then he put Igboho there. He said, anyway, people said we shouldn't really get deviated. Okay, Baba, if you didn't bring it up, right?
Baba,
I would rather talk more about
that is why I gave that parable.
So that if not,
for my own
undo them, you know.
For my Igbo brothers and Igbo sisters. Ndogo mu aburu mole anu makelege. We will not be the bastard Yorubas. We are the original Yorubas. We are the Omoko. They are the Omali. If Maiyegun platform can raise over 40 million naira to support Sunday Igboho, Baba, I know how much my money. I don't tell you this thing many times. We enter Koiki and for Yoruba nation, but no be that one at the top. You see that their own, Baba, Abuaba new.
Now, when they should people telling me to be careful. It's like they don't actually know Maiyegun. You see, one of the things people like to do, right, is that they have a subtle way of sending threats.
I don't
need your advice.
If they don't know Maiyegun be make them go check back know, more than 10 years ago.
First thing first, you first
my brother, no be today,
you get. So, and I'm not going to say something just simply because I just want to say something. Like, what the heck would somebody say Yoruba nation with? Who are you? Like, who the hell are you? To say Yoruba nation will not participate in something that is eating them so deep, like
that concerns all of us.
I want we read that.
Baba. I don't go lie for you, Maiyegun.
You get.
I'm telling you. I feel so ashamed because I'll always be proud to be a Yoruba man. But these people, these days, sometimes when I watch all these ones before they post, you tell them
things that you have no idea.
Stop this thing you wanna be doing. You understand me? Even those our fathers, our Baba Wolowo ni. Baba Jakonde knew. You understand me? No be the kind of legacy we them put down for us.
This one now. I go tell my own son. I go tell my own children that Thiefnubu is what?
God.
Thiefnubu is a leader. I will tell my own children that. Like for real.
That is why when they start that their gaslighting, they start those their what they call it, frustration.
Try to be a very good person. I should have been a drug dealer.
During 2023. Yeah, during 2023. That is why I said on this platform that me, my mother-in-law na Igbo, my father-in-law na Yoruba. They met in the UK, marry each other, you understand me? There is nothing like say, this one is Igbo. Inside my own son, my only son, birth certificate, Obina is there. Inside in British passport, Obina is there. You understand me? The Yoruba name come. You understand? My son name come, the Yoruba name come, Obina come. You understand me? In English name, come last. So tomorrow now, if my son comes, okay, I won't go back to my father country. I won't become so. Somebody will come tell me say, my son will be Yoruba.
They won't even just say that. They will say your son is a contaminated blood. That's what they are spreading in Yoruba land.
These people, I don't do people.
And then something cut down. This is not the way. Now Thiefnubu's way. All these things some of you are saying, thinking you are defending Yoruba land, right? You are actually repeating what they want you to repeat while they are only using you. They said 8 Igbos, but Dangote they get $100 million land. They didn't even tell them.
Land.
Only God knows how much Shaguri and the rest of them also paid for their own land. The Indians,
how much they pay?
But they want them to kind of Irumole.
Baba, to Asawana, the last one but not the least. Asawana, making giving people 50,000. Then go spend and finish. then go still come outside. Asari own no dey freak me, you understand me? Asari na pig, elede, you understand me?
Baba shameless
Baba,
people.
elede.
Let me take another one.
Baba, I beg, take another
Thank
one.
you so
My
much,
regards to
because I know a
Agbeta,
lot
my
of people are
children.
there
Thank
right
you.
now pressing.
Thank you.
Right? So thank you so much, Baba. Anyway, thank you. If you know you have an advice for me on top of these guys, okay, you just call in so that we can do it thoroughly busy. You can hear from my mouth straight away. Don't hide behind your phone, your keyboard. I put my face and my voice beside everything I say. I own everything I say. Just that one of the things that annoys them is that I live in a country that actually have a rule of law for real. So if you remove all the life of a threat that some of you have been subjected to, what else do you have to fear these people? Let's remove all the threat. With all of you actually really fear them if they don't threaten to kill you, harm you, or something. For standing up to the Maiyegun, you are just probably getting to do. Don't worry. If they born you well, right, you can be the macho. I've got a studio here. The address is public. Don't be a keypad warrior. Grab your phone. Call me and make that statement. I can answer you right away. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Baba. How are you?
Yeah, I did listen. Fine. I've been trying to reach you since yesterday, but somehow I couldn't. I have not been able to. So this afternoon, I listened to you a bit, and then some, things was coming up in my, some ideas on the things I wanted to say, came up, but I couldn't reach you as well. But before I waste too much time,
right?
Yes. Now it's a plus to Thiefnubu now because Thiefnubu has been able to demystify that myth of Igboho being
robbed him all of that gain, and now
so now is now nobody, right? So one problem solved for Thiefnubu, and then for the ordinary people like us who truly want good thing for the ordinary people of Nigeria, we can see them now that these are not the people we want. So anyway, I think that this protest is yielding a good fruit already. Because at least all of these politicians now are now aware.
Look at all the promises, all of that. They didn't do all of this last week. Look at them.
Yes. Yeah. So now they are spending money, at least to some people, even if that money is not, totally, not reaching enough, not for everybody apart from people as leaking their houses. So it's a good thing. So I think the only way now forward is that people should just continue that way, even if they can be, maybe every 2 weeks they should threaten that there will be riots or protests. Maybe that will help Nigeria a little bit. Maybe they will,
maybe that can force their hands a lot to do a lot for them, as long as people are relieved of this hardship. Now, if we make an announcement, right? If Thiefnubu now make an announcement tomorrow, for example, right, and he says, I'm bringing down the price of petroleum down to 300 naira. Breaking news. So what are those people who are preparing to do anti-protest because Thiefnubu is trying and all of that? What are they going to now say? Would they say it is because they wanted to stop protest? That's why Thiefnubu changed his mind, or what? What would they say? Because Thiefnubu is going to make all those decisions soon, and it will be forced to make them. And this is not like, Baba?
Yeah. So well, is a good thing anyway. That's I can assure you that. And again, they have to continue in this trajectory. They have to make sure that this protest goes on. If it doesn't go on, because they need to show these people, because these people, they are so arrogant. They don't even respect. They don't respect ordinary Nigerians anymore.
No.
They think nobody is going to say no to their policies and whatever. But if they show them that, look, if you go crazy, we will go crazy. We will counter you. they will see ties. That's the only way government
Thank you
can
so
listen.
much, Baba. I'll take another one. You have added your voice, and just like everyone else too, right? You can add your voice too. You can even add your voice to be like, maybe you are not for protest or whatever, but even though we don't want you to come here and tell us you are not for that, you can keep that to yourself. Do you understand? Because the effort of Thiefnubu and gang that they are spending billions of naira for is to stop and discourage as many people as possible. And we are not going to do that for free here. You get that? So you can probably keep it to yourself. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Enauni.
Lafia Kalaoya.
Which one is Nakwana? Good morning.
Inakwana na morning. Inakwana, Inaoni, good afternoon.
Inaoni is good afternoon.
Evening.
I know it's Inaoni. Lafia Kalao.
Yeah. Yeah, Maiyegun. Me, I enter company with fights. Now you are come fight. I'm
Okay,
bold
maybe
enough,
I would have to leave
I'm
you.
bold enough to call in.
Come on, shit. Hell yeah, come on, shit. Man, relax.
Oh, Maiyegun, you know now. I just left on you. Anywhere you do, we did. I know that. Because, I mean,
imagine in
with
this
what
day
you have
and
been
time,
doing
somebody
over the
they tell me
years.
to be careful. Baba, I mean, come on now.
Baba,
Like, what is that
Baba
thing you
na
think you can actually do, you are capable of doing? When you look at me, like when somebody look at me like this and be like, I will deal with this guy. What do you really think? What are you thinking? You know what I mean? That's what I ask myself for. Like, if somebody look at me on their screen and says, man, I will deal with this guy. What do you mean? What can you really do?
What are you going to do?
Like, what can you really do to me?
In a country that has a law, you understand? In a country that has a law, like what are you going to do?
Exactly.
The highest you can do is if I have said anything wrong or anything
then you
defamatory.
sue me.
Sue me, exactly.
Sir, I've got an address, by the way.
If you say you want to go physical, it's just like people like me now. If you want to go physical, oh yeah, more go. You understand?
Okay.
Me,
I
like physical.
I know they do physical.
No, me, I like physical.
Ahmed, I've got
Baba, I like physical.
Right? If I open my window,
yeah,
and I just be like, hey, right? They will only walk down there. They don't need a car. Okay.
You understand?
I know they
I
don't fight anybody, but if you come closer, you may not go back
home. No, you know what's in it to back physical, we go knock him. If you carry anyone will you carry
you be soldier, me I don't be soldier.
You understand? I understand. So I mean, I don't see from Koiki stuff, whatever we do. Well, this same program, I'm not going to insult anybody because everybody get your own view. Make you the view with your own view. But within me, I believe I stick to them.
Yes, sir.
This program, this is the same program that all of these people clamoring for Yoruba Nation, they turned their attention to when they were looking for money.
You remember?
When they were looking for money. It was this same program. Tofema Jaleri Owoti Oda. Tofema Jaleri Owoti contribute. It was on this same program that they raised money. Where were those people shouting today? So the same people that raised money for this to secure the release of this guy is now exposing some things that he's not comfortable with, and some people want to talk. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Like, I don't understand. You can talk. He has his own. Maiyegun has his own reason. He has seen what he has seen, and on this Maiyegun, the reason why we are here is because if something is not, if he doesn't sit with us, we will say it. We don't give a damn whose ego is being crushed or whatever. We don't give a
but people need to know that by now. Like,
you understand?
When I say it is Maiyegun, like, you don't come here and pretend you have this personality that cannot be touched.
You should understand that this is how we deal with it. And for this time, as it's going, that Maiyegun is calling out Oloye or whatever, you need to relax on just, even though you don't agree with him, then relax. Time will come when you will disagree fully or you will agree with him fully. And we have seen instances whereby you people, a lot of you have come to agree with Maiyegun, with whatever Maiyegun has said. Like from days of Buhari, days of CBN, days of different things that you can't even count. That a lot of you today are confirming and saying, oh, we watched this on Maiyegun. Oh, Maiyegun really said, like, how does Maiyegun even understand this? You know, Some of you even kind of like imagine, like, how does Maiyegun come up with these things? We call it like thinking, critical thinking. Someone sit down, observes, and he sees where all this nonsense is going. And he can predict and tell you, okay, this is what is happening, this is what is happening. And at the end, if it is not exactly the way he said it, it will be somehow like the way he said it. We have never derailed from this lane we are going through. So how can people just come up because Maiyegun said this about Sunday Igbo or something, and some people just, you start running mad? Wait, let's see what happened at the end now. Why are you running mad? Kilo day?
Well, they are afraid
like,
to.
I don't understand. Kilo day, kill panicking. When you see people panicking, then definitely there is something. When you start panicking, there is something, or you're denying in anger, then there is something to hide.
Yeah.
But don't worry, time will tell. We will see. Time will tell. We see what the protest. They are saying that the Yorubas, like, we are looking for something to break this monster that is holding us down. So Yorubas do not participate in protests. Like, how does it make any sense? We have seen people that said, oh, they are supporting Biafra, but they want the protest because we are looking. Even the same Koiki used to say, Nigeria is a big elephant. Anybody can stab it from anywhere, anyhow. You said this thing. You say this thing too. Like, we want to break it anyhow. So why are you saying Yorubas will not participate?
Yeah, they are just like weathermen, okay?
So when we see people like Awo Kunikonko Abi Awo, what did they call himself? I don't know, that guy from
See, they took my matter to was somebody Are Kurumi, Are something Are Kuru, something like that, right? Then it was like a feast. It was like what it because Maiyegun told them that all of what they are pushing, narrative they are pushing in Yoruba land, not all of them are anti-Yoruba because they are all linked to Thiefnubu. It has nothing to do with us. And if you want to hate, if Thiefnubu hates the Igbos, if APC hates the Igbos, that's fine. That's their problem. They should deal with that. They shouldn't say Yorubas should hate the Igbos. If the Igbos hate APC, that shouldn't be.
Maiyegun, no be this same place where we did. Where we say then carry Yadrai, Kiloruko, Yadrai, Itogbewa, then carry and come. No be this same place. No be later they discover saying as scam.
Remember?
No be later they understand saying as scam. From the first day when she starts, no be there you they tell and say we lay you back into your law.
No, it's not.
They still come back. So all this one when I did on I go still come back. And there's one thing I want to call your attention, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
You see, as this thing is going on right now, you know, when we started and we were supporting Igboho, Sunday Igboho with what he was doing, there were people on this platform that were saying, oh, this guy is a scam, kinikon, and we know them. Those one too are puppets to Thiefnubu. They don't actually like Igboho. But some of them,
they said this agitation for Yoruba nation is not now. It's going to affect Thiefnubu. We witnessed all of that. They wanted him killed when they missed. When they missed in assassinating him, right? They were mocking him. They said, why can't he disappear? Why didn't he turn to this? Why didn't it? You remember? Now they are now the ones that are saying, "Who the hell are you, Maiyegun? Igboho is a hero. Igboho is fighting for Yoruba." So if Igboho says we are not protesting, I say, APC, I don't love him now. Wow, that's where that
you go see them. You go see a lot of them for comment section now. We told you they don't actually like the Sunday Igboho themselves. They don't like him, and you know themselves. They don't like freedom.
They are asking what have you done for the Yorubas? What did you do for Yorubas for real? Like, let's just put everything on the table.
As Maiyegun has said, you guys know Maiyegun. You know where Maiyegun stands. Maiyegun is standing fully for Yoruba nation, but he talks for Nigerians. He talks for the people that have been oppressed.
We have one single system that is dealing with all of us.
Exactly. So you need to understand that he's not fighting for just, yeah, we might say, okay, he wants to fight for his own part, but he's talking about the main problem that makes us to be in the same kind of deep shit like this.
You know?
So, Bobo, in comment section, you are ranting. Toba B and Ida, yeah, Goli Wale. Now go collect. Now go collect. Now go collect. No, Maiyegun.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. You have a good one yourself, right. Okay? Here is another caller. Hello there. You might need to mute the broadcast, or you have been connected. Hello.
Maye.
Baba.
Yangala bought mighty.
Tell them.
How far now?
Baba Deo Miokoja Yaramio.
Now Olu from Stoke.
Baba Saulu.
Alpha. They watch. See what we don't have in Nigeria, and you always said this, Maiyegun. What we don't have in Nigeria is people of character.
It's unfortunate.
That's the problem. And things will change. I saw him because when you mentioned him, I just joined your broadcast, and then you mentioned, and I went to see what he was doing on Twitter. Now, see, look at him. He lived in London and he is talking like that.
Like Tibati cigar or anything, cigar. I don't smoke a cigarette. So, like Tibati cigar, Baba, can you any shape a Lu GPT then for Yoruba nation shape? What does that have to do?
I don't understand. I don't. Does he drink coffee? Does he drink beer? What is wrong with?
Even if I smoke, you go wherever it is, right? That doesn't have anything to do with the fact that when I call you a criminal, it's because I have my evidence, isn't it?
It's as simple as that, bro. It's as simple.
Anything now. She about to 40 or 50-year-old woman, right? For because the only way you can only accuse me of anything of immorality, you cannot accuse me of anything fraudulent or anything shady. So then booming now, so anything, you know, if that actually makes you feel better. So
can you imagine that? It is shameful. And when you look at these people, so in Maiyegun, these are people to Igbo should tell us how he made his money. Look, I'm not here to denigrate anybody.
They will likely go that way. And I'm saying that they shouldn't let us go that way. I have people that can come onto my program, okay, and tell everything about Igbo's criminality. And I can put them on my platform. Yeah, I can. I can bring all of them here and they will tell the whole world about his crime. And we can also push for his arrest internationally.
But we are not here for Nigeria to get better. We are here for Nigeria to get better. We are here for Nigerians to our country to we cannot go home and invest anything again. But you guys are just using it for your own means. It's crazy. It is mad. It is total madness.
Like I just told you something. You said a Ketaku, yeah, right? You want to talk about my family and all of that.
You know, now you defeat Maiyegun or Maiyegun no getting job. Now these people,
go on.
What they're being Louis, but it doesn't reflect in their life, and that's the problem. You don't buy Maiyegun's car, you don't buy anything, you don't pay his bills, and you think it's all right. Go Walori because it is madness. Now, most of the wealth in Nigeria are stolen. Or by whatever IBD, they will be threatening custom officers live. These are our role models. No, hey guys, we need, we need
credibility, no be us.
That's what I'm saying, Baba. Our IBD, our MC.
It doesn't matter. All that don't matter. For now, we have common enemy. Let's face them. Look at that.
That was the language. That was the rhetoric we want to push. We have common enemy, guys. Let us. I was speaking on a space. One of the placard we need to write is pay politicians 70,000 naira. Pay them this money they are promising us. Yes, pay them that money. And then we know how it is. Rice is 85,000, 95,000. And I want background. But I want role model Yoruba land. I want you. Igbo, people that they cannot even speak outside. Am I saying no? I beg, don't answer anybody. I beg.
Time shall tell. Okay. There are some things that I'm gonna. I have another caller. It is not new. Let me tell you something. Okay. Number one, I don't smoke cigarettes, which means I don't smoke that. Okay. But if you have any means to come into my house, you know what a privilege is? It is for you, for me to trust you to come to my house. And then when, for some reason, you misbehave and you are called out. So the next thing is to look into my house. I am not ashamed of my moderate life. See, I am somebody that has been, like, you can say, somebody that personally admit that I have been I'm one of the most luckiest people alive for so many reasons. So if I give you a chance to come closer to me, give you a chance to come closer to my family, it actually comes from an area of a trust. And I trusted some of these guys because Yoruba nation. But it also gave me an idea of who they are. And I really don't want to tell you everything about who they are. Because number one, they are worthless set of people in reality. But one thing about people like that is that they will drag you down with them. And then they will likely beat you with experience, right? So I am not somebody who loves to make like a back and forth exchanges with people. But rather, I will just continue to possibly give you what you need to know about these guys. And by the time I am done, I don't know because some of them really don't have any shame. Okay, so since you can't shame the shameless, but I will try. Okay, so they should keep pushing it. Koiki, Baba, hello.
Hello,
sir.
Hi, Maiyegun.
Baba,
how are you doing today?
Adeo,
very
yourself.
Well. We appreciate it. We are eager. We're watching.
We are.
Yes,
we are.
That's right. My name is Richmond. I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Hi there, Rich.
Maiyegun.
Baba.
Yeah, I told you something the other day. I told you some months before now,
Yeah.
Still, you have not done anything. I don't know what you're thinking. Bring 5 of your trusted friends that can give you advice. I want to do a demonstration for you on Zoom. If you don't feel like doing because there is, something I don't want to mention here in cycle of what I want to deal with you on. If it doesn't entice you, you leave it.
Okay.
If it entices you, then I will bring some other people that knows about this, including Dele Faruchu. Okay. He knows about this. Like,
I think the last time we spoke something around this was when.
Yes, but you don't make any efforts to reach me.
I said
there's no other way I can reach you than this number.
Out, but you never really messaged me back after that.
No,
call.
Sir, I have done that several times. What you need to do is, after this show, I'm going to send you a message.
Okay.
Bring 5 of your very wise, politically wise friends. All right?
Okay.
Let us have a date. I will do a demonstration for you. Because you know why you have to lead this? I am the first. I have told you this thing since last year that you are just being watched by people you don't even anticipate that they watch you.
I know. And I'm not worried about anybody watching me.
And
I know.
Good. If you are not afraid, if you know that this is a God-given position for you, I'm your senior, all right? But I know that you are in a position to do this. You know why? Because you are trusted. Trust is a deep. Okay, look at what you're talking about, Igbo and all the things that you did for them from that platform, and we contributed money.
They just use our platform.
Now look, they have all fallen by the wayside.
You know what I mean?
There are very few people, very few people in Nigeria that are consistent. And those men that are consistent, I have found out that you are the person who is on that particular age bracket that can propel this, unless you are afraid. Unless you are not going, you are not going. You are not doing anything that is illegal. It's not illegal. It is not against the British system. Yes, let us push a political stand in Nigeria to get what we actually want without them knowing that this is what we are looking for.
Okay. Let's keep it a date then, okay? And hopefully, Richmond, I would have a chance of establishing that, okay? You know, most of it, like the last time, is not really something we can be chatting up here. So I'll
no. It's not coming up here. I want your studio. I look at your studio. I said, this guy built a studio. He's not using it. You know, let that studio come up and play its role.
Thank you.
Let's bring Nigerians and let the moment begin. It's now. There's no better time than now.
Right.
Please.
Thank you, Richmond. Okay. I'll take another call, right? And I will be in touch. I promise. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Okay.
Right? Nice one. So that's Richmond, ladies and gentlemen. But I have another caller. Listen, if you're still here with us this evening, okay, and you haven't really liked the broadcast, you know, I love reminding people. So I'm reminding you, go like this, you know, or share it if you haven't already. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Maiyegun, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, sir?
You're good? No, not too bad, not too bad.
Class.
This is Dre Sean.
Hey, Dre Sean. Mama.
How are you?
I'm very well, oh. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm just chilling, though.
Class. So you had a chance of calling in tonight. That must be special. It must be.
No, you know me. I call whenever the whole thing is getting hot. You know what I mean?
Right. You love it when it's
the last time I called was I think it was during the COVID period about 4 years ago now.
Oh dear.
So I've been noticing what is going on since yesterday. But one thing I just wanted to say or tell people is that people have forgotten how you started. It's been 12 years now and still counting.
You know?
People forget how radical you can be. You know, you've gone soft. Trust me.
So many
really,
people
really
actually knew, you know? Like, I will be on this thing, I will be like, people will be afraid for me.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God, this guy, all these things this guy is saying. Hi, I'm worried for him. But now I'm talking to people because I want them to kind of understand and participate. I want I never chop like that.
You know what? You've really gone soft, and that's why I'll call them miscreants. Absolutely. Like our political idiots in Nigeria normally say. But another thing is, if you are not doing something truthful, something nice, something worth doing, people will not, people will not say, they want to come out and criticize it. Okay. From the part of Koiki, I sense a little bit of jealousy and
it is absolute. It is absolute. That's why I said I've never seen any. I haven't like Baba. See, Dre Sean, I believe that people can actually take me on, but it's like a lot of people can't take me on properly because they believe that they can't really take me up intelligently.
You know what? Exactly.
Like
someone like me, you have to stimulate me with your intelligence, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I was watching his program. I was like, okay, I like him. Don't get me wrong, because you guys are all doing the same thing. But when once that Sunday Igbo stuff started happening, I was like, you know what? Nah, something is not right. Something is, It's not hard enough. Me, you cannot bobo me. I can smell it right from afar. I can really do smell it right from afar. So when he was mentioning your family as a guy, please don't go there. You are now fucking up, right? I mean, you are really.
I don't know if his wife.
You are really.
His wife. See, his wife. His wife actually adores me. I don't know if she's watching.
He said it himself.
Somebody came to my house.
He said it himself.
Smell smoke and said I'm a cigarette smoker. Like, what is my brand? What do I smoke? What kind of cigarette? And even if I smoke, how does that even have any? What does that have to do with all of this?
Your fellow man, to my Igbo brothers, just you guys yourself, please try to understand. You don't call out your fellow man by going like you want to talk to his family. You want to call out his family. Omoroko Maiyegun, Soros Maiyegun, and Maiyegun you did not call out his family. You didn't say anything. You don't even. Boo now. Songo Konsi. But the next thing will go, wow, this guy. I mean, I don't know. But
now we know. Deshaun. Whatever we didn't know before, now we know. Yeah.
Anyway, let me just say hello to everyone. I can see you have new class, new undergraduate people now. People like Ahmed, Princess, and all that. There will soon be an alumni of your university. We've been here for the past 11, 12 years now. Anyway,
veterans, you have been veterans, and people just have no idea how long that was. Right, a lot has happened. You know,
my people, Maiyegun has been around since 12 years ago now, and I've been there from day one. And so it's not a fluke.
It's not a fluke. Just change path. That all of you will be like, oh. I actually deserve my respect from some of these guys, but they don't have respect. So
I mean, Maiyegun, you earn every bit of it. You earn it, okay?
They don't.
All right.
But thank you so much.
I've been
now, because, you know, that's the most we can offer. They should go for that.
All right.
More good. Thanks so much, Baba. You have a good one.
All right, later.
So that's Deshaun, a veteran on this platform, right? See, me, people hardly come for me because I hardly respond to them. I didn't know that that guy actually went as far as talking about my family. Like, what the hell? Now, I wish I could see a copy of that video. Anybody who has it should cut it and send it to me, right? His wife must be so proud of him, right? For whatever he said about me. So how long has he been waiting to say all of that to me? Like, I'm waiting for the time. I'm going to say this about his family. I'm going to like, I can't wait. Now he has his time. Koiki, Shongbadwe. Here. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
The Prince. Prince Jejeman. Representing
IPOB for life, Baba.
That's the Prince.
Asari.
How are you today, Baba?
Baba, are they full ground, or are you?
Well, I'm here, you know.
Well done. You are doing a great job. Baba, what I will say is this, before I go to the main thing I want to say is consistency. Baba, that is what you have been. That's what you have been in. You have never deviated. And the day you deviate, we will tell you, which we know you won't deviate.
You get?
Yes, if you have stayed this long and you didn't deviate, we know that you are tested and trusted. Okay, and secondly, there's something I want to say. There are some things you see that someone you can't use someone in university, not with university knowledge, to compare someone with elementary knowledge.
Right.
Yeah. So there are some things, some issues, you just waive them. You understand? Because this afternoon I had when Koiki was saying àwọn Igbo mi ò mọ̀ wọ́n rí. You know,
like so he said that too. Mi ò mọ̀ àwọn Igbo rí.
Yes, he said àwọn ọmọ Igbo mi ò mọ̀ wọ́n rí. You see that kind of statement for him? It's very childish for him to say, make that kind of comment.
So he actually said a lot then, like
yeah, I listened to him.
Oh, poor Koiki.
Yeah, he's here. He's listening to this program.
He's watching now. That's what I do to them now. I don't even know if his heart is pounding right now. But I know his wife. His wife always watch Maiyegun, by the way, just so you know. I don't know what that will be in the house right now. If the wife will have to mute Maiyegun and be watching me in silence or something. I'm telling you. So how dare he kind of go as far as talking about family? Like, Shoti was so kind of Shoti was so damaged to Yanni.
That's what I'm telling you. When someone elementary knowledge and university knowledge, you can't compare. You know, you are not supposed to bring in a family affair. Don't matter. No matter the quarrel. No matter the quarrel, you can't bring that in if you are mature in what you are doing. You know, so what I will say, because he's listening, I want him to listen very carefully. You know, he has used many derogatory words to the Igbos and Biafrans.
So is he no longer friends with Simon Ekpani?
I don't know how
so that's
they
why I'm
went
surprised
about.
that he even went for the Igbos.
You know, I'm
like
surprised.
when did that happen?
Maybe that this afternoon when he was speaking, I heard him very clearly. You know, so if you can use that statement, blanket statement on the Igbos, his maturity is very low. You know, that's what I would say to him. And I want him to listen very carefully.
Wow.
You know, everything will completely play out. We are not going now. We stay here now. We are not going anywhere. Even at this Nigeria, where would they see? You know, before our eyes, everything going yakata. You understand? So anything where anybody they hang on to, is the person is just wasting his own time, because Nigeria money that they are using to run Nigeria is they are borrowing from IMF. Bambi Yala is what Nigeria is doing to live for today. Nigeria have no money. Nigeria is bankrupt. They are every spending in Nigeria today, they are borrowing it. So how can you sustain? How can you live, run a nation like that by begging? So everything will crash on everybody's head. So everybody, those who are pretending, those who are hiding, those who are on the fence, everybody will crash. We are just joking. You understand? All these things you see they are doing, buying everybody, they are just wasting their time. With this crude oil, they've sold 50 years, 30 years, 15 years to different countries. Did Nigeria know the countries they sold all these things to? No country have been mentioned that bought all this oil in advance. That the money all the money they've shared.
If you sold it
and
in
Nigerian
advance,
people,
where is the money?
Nigerian people who are the government, because democracy is government for the people, by the people, for the people. We have to bear the brunt. And they are telling Nigerians not to protest. And some people are taking sides, thinking that they will survive in this kind of calamity. You understand? I want to tell Koiki, what I want to tell him tonight. The Fulanis have positioned themselves. Abuja is a smoke screen. I want him to know this tonight. Abuja is a smoke screen to them, both for Thiefnubu, who think is very clever, and those who are, waiting for their turn. You understand? He needs to know this, because the danger is that the Fulanis have positioned themselves. Their own is to get all over Nigeria, to capture the whole Nigeria. And it's by violence. It's by violence. It's not going to be peaceful. They are not giving anybody referendum. They are not giving anybody a regional.
No, not without a fight.
They want to take it by force. They believe that the whole Africa was colonized by force. The slave trade was done by force. You understand? And that's their mentality. And that's what they want to do. So if he likes, let everybody be pretending, thinking that it's a joke, or Yoruba nation today, tomorrow, one Nigeria.
One Nigeria.
They are wasting their time. So
thank you, Prince.
Continue on what you are doing. Why we are here with you is not that you have 5 heads, but you are not biased with what you are with your narrative. You are not biased. You are consistent. You don't say this one Igbo, this one is Yoruba, or this one Hausa. You say it the way it is. You understand? It may hurt a lot of people who are on the fence, but at the end of the day, truth is consistent.
It is.
God bless you and good night.
Thank you, Prince Jejeman, right there, and God bless you too. I have another caller, and I have 15 minutes to go. So I have one appeal to make and 2 phone calls to take. So I already have a caller waiting, right? But I'm here to remind you that if you have been here all night and you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do. We are rounding up soon. Here. Hello.
Hello, dear. Baba.
Hello, Baba. See, Martinelli Niel. Martinelli. Eyo Maiyegun. How are you, Baba?
Baba, you know my favorite song now. Gbogbo wa la lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. Gbogbo wa la lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ.
Bí Nàìjíríà ṣe bàjẹ́.
Gbogbo wa la lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. Everybody just they wait for their
turn. You get
Baba, nobody is ready. Everybody, Baba, now you are the sorry for. You understand? Now,
I have told you. See, let me tell you how I have sorted myself. Martinelli, wait before you feel sorry for me. Let me tell you how I have sorted myself. And people ask me, how do you deal with this every day? How do you do this all the time? I said, I have one job. If I find out about something, then all of you must find out about it too. Now, what I do with that information is mine. What you do with that information is that's how the manager more. You know they touch me. But go on.
As long as you are doing that, Baba, posterity will touch you.
Because me expecting everybody to take what I say, act on what I say.
You can't.
If you got into the pressure, BT Lambert, or what is that guy's name?
You see, the funny thing, a lot of people don't understand something. You see, Maiyegun is the man that Koiki can never be. Koiki has always, like, and when I see people say, oh, I've unsubscribed from Koiki, I'm like, what the fuck is Koiki talking about in the first place that you're even listening to? You can't wait for then. Like, you see, you know the funny thing, Maiyegun, when you were doing your show this afternoon, you know because you be saying, oh, don't call people slaves, don't. Baba, I have my reasons. You see, some Olori Burukus that on your platform, some veterans here, they are on Koiki's platform insulting you.
I know. I mean, you know, people insult me to my face. Even Koiki that came to my house. Koiki that came to my house and was sitting like somebody like a rat there, beaten by rain. Feel free now, Baba. Feel free.
There are people in this platform. They are listening to me.
That one too, they abuse me. Go on.
One little platform.
And now, you want to boom me to one, they don't feel say to my face.
But they are on Koiki's platform.
I know.
Baba, somebody on Koiki's platform said you are full and you go Maiyegun. Is that true?
Yeah, you don't even know something, right? There's nothing these ones will do. Martinelli. See this one, there's nothing they will create that will be like waiting Adeyinka Grandiot created. Adeyinka Grandiot, it described my family tree. Until what way and what weary. Gone.
Oh, you people there. In fact, but one thing I just want to say is that Maiyegun, just continue what you're doing. You understand?
Continue what you're doing is so important.
Baba, I want to ask: are these the same people that were asking you to bring your account balance that time that you were?
Wait. Let's share that story. Let's share that story a bit. Okay,
Baba,
I can remind all of us.
I just want to ask when they say, "Baba, bring your account balance," make you see how much it is.
You get them. People will offer to help, right? They even said, Koiki said he was the one who gave me the go ahead to raise funds. I was like,
I was going to tell you that,
Really?
but, well, thank God you heard that yourself. He said, yeah, you actually said that. I heard him say that.
That he was the one who gave me the go ahead. He shall want to be
he
important.
didn't say that. No,
He's just an errand boy.
No,
Like, Koiki, give me Igbo's number.
Maiyegun, he said
I've lost
you called
it.
him and you begged him to do that donation. That's what he said.
That what?
He said you called him to ask him for permission to do that.
So important to you, Baba. Wait, that's why I said let's tell the story, right? On this platform. Now all of you they push me. Maiyegun, we need to do something on this Igbo issue. We shouldn't just look away. I said, well, me, I don't want to get involved though. Remember?
Yeah.
I said, okay, you know what? If all of you say you trust me to raise funds to help him, right? I'm going to need to talk to him. If he wants us to. If he says no, I don't want to get involved. Remember?
And I even remember that time you said, if you know what, I'm not interested in this shit. This is getting too dirty. I don't want to do this shit.
I'm not doing it anymore.
I'm like, oh, Maiyegun, oh, do the. I remember I came there. I said, Maiyegun, Baba, forget these people. Me,
you get now they are coming. Then they turn around. When they hear that we don't raise 22 million. Hey, what the meeting? Zoom meeting. Can you call meeting? Baba Kitoye, you are supposed to tell him to hand over that money. That money belongs to Yoruba. Not Yoruba. Who are these people?
These are the people that you placed on salary, that you were paying them.
Now, Semo will place them on salary. So don't say me. Now, here, say we should put them on salary.
Yeah,
remember? Go on, Baba.
Sorry. It wasn't. But everybody, we all had the conversation here. It just seems like yesterday. I remember everything that happened.
But when they started asking for too much money, we said, you know what? We're going to use the rest of the money to help the Yorubas. We bought school, remember now, we fed the poor. We bought, educational materials for people because we can't give this money to these scavengers.
And then somebody said, you need some money, you want to travel out. I didn't know this.
You remember? You don't even know how much she asked for. She needed 15 million naira to travel, to leave Nigeria. I said,
oh wow, you didn't mention that.
So if they want to abuse me, they should abuse me.
I won't even ask.
You have no idea about my family.
Lawyer, or what a full lawyer, deposit.
You know that we are Yoruba Union now, right? So I had to call Barrister Ogulano. All of you know him. He's the Take It Back lawyer too, right? So Barrister Ogulano, I said, yes, sir. Remember that 2 million naira we gave? Do we still have that money? And I was like, how much is our balance? And he said, I have not spent a dime from your money because I've not worked any job for you. So your money is intact. So we still have a 2 million with Barrister Ogulano. You know him. Everybody should know him. And I have no reason to take the money from him. We just put him on a retainer. If we have people that need problem, that have legal problem, we can talk to him and say, sir, please represent this person. Is that money? And this was 2 years ago. And 2 million naira 2 years ago is still with that lawyer.
A lot of people wonder why some people are cold and heartless and just.
So then, if you want to say something about me, please say it about me. Just make sure it's true, okay? You don't have to make things up, right? Because I live my life openly as well. But if you want to go personal, anything, how does that defend the fact that and you are using this Yoruba name in a way that you want us to believe that, yeah, Thiefnubu is now your leader of Yoruba nation, which is not true. And we don't want that. So,
so this is the thing. Baba, their own Yoruba union, they created it solely as a money-making machine. That is what they did. It's just beginning to unravel now. Everything is just beginning to unravel now. And like I said, this fight is not going to be against Yoruba and Igbo or no. Everybody is going to face each other. It is going to start from inside everybody's parlor, inside everybody's. That is what is going to happen. It is against as we have seen now. So all of you that are following Koiki and following Maiyegun at the same time, thinking they are the same people. And those are the because of when I called tonight. What are the things that are the same people? Don't see now, say they are not the same. I hope people can see that they are not the same. So if you want to be following people, make sure you follow.
Thank you so much, Baba. Okay. Martinelli.
protest.
I don't just kind of want them around. You get what I mean? They are of no value to anybody.
They are watching from the dustbin, all of them.
You get that? So it's better that way.
They are watching, but from the bin.
Thank you. I'm going to take my last call because I think I have 5 minutes. I can use it for, I can use it to take call, or I could just use that to say goodbye. I'll negotiate that with this, my last caller. He's been on the line and he's been trying to get through. Hello there.
Hey, Baba, the Maiyegun General. Did I make it for the? Am I the last caller?
You will be my last caller tonight. You only have very short time.
Wow. Wow, I know. I've been trying and keep trying.
No, that's why I didn't want to ignore. I was like, you know what? Okay, we can negotiate this.
Yeah, because I promised you I'll start calling back after I told you I almost missed you calling in for a year.
Bless you.
So it's okay. Oh, man, it's okay. Your topic for today is okay, but I don't want to interrupt you. You're doing a very great job. But forget, one thing I want to say, I don't know, maybe it's another, after this rally, let's see where this rally can take us to, if they can really sustain it for 10 days. There's something else I want to really say, if we can really focus on that.
Go ahead.
You see, our politicians are no more our problem. You see all those thugs, they get away freely with everything. We don't talk about them. When they can be bold and come out and be speaking, and we don't talk about them. You see, now we're gonna talk about the politicians. Asari Dokubo is a civilian like us. What gives him the monopoly that we cannot even, gaslight him and keep calling his name everywhere, so that he can be hated too, like the politicians? Because you know why I said this? Because a lot of us, like one guy said in your last show, was it 2 days ago? He said most of us are wicked in nature, and because I grew up in the island, I know when these bad boys want to start hitting on those evil boys that have we know where they run to. We know their brothers. Even some of them are my friends. Sometimes I cover up for them. Sometimes I say, "Why are you doing that?" And they say, they still call me Moibu, but they still call me Yoruba guy. But I said, you see, most of these guys, why we really get away with all these things is that most of our families, one of them is the bad boys for the politicians. In the whole Nigerian,
it's mostly
a lot of that is why you see, how can somebody be doing something bad and the community will cover him up and not chase him away? Unlike how we grew up, when you do something bad in our own time, the community will really outcast you. They will outcast. But nowadays, people cover up for nonsense because they really made these children hungry, struggling, when their father can be asking for his children to help him and pay the house rent. So why would they, even though he's killing somebody, he's not going to say anything to him? And that is why we can't even come out and do a riot, do a peaceful protest, and overcome these people. Because I remember in our own time when don't really discourage you guys, young Jay-Z and all this. In our own time when we used to follow Ganify to do rally, who born Alayewa to counter our protests? Who beat the hell out? We overpower you. That time in our own time, Oshodi, that time the most scary people we used to scare in Alaye was Oshodi. Was Oshodi, yes, was Oshodi. But they don't dare come out and counter our protests. We will beat the hell out of them. But nowadays, you see all these Alaye, they're so bold. Can you imagine what they did in the island today? You watch, you just showed on your video, telling people if you come out to break down a shop very boldly. If it was our own time, we'll counter them and fight them back. Well, who are you to counter? And you see, that's why the politicians are now using them. They're using the civilians to fight against us, so that and the civilians will go free. Just like when Sonwo came out, MC Olumoto that Yachuku, they don't come out, and they beat people and they are free till today.
Yes,
we need to start calling them out. We need to start calling all these Aryan boys for all these politicians. That is why the politicians are now using them to do the soft touch, and they are not having all those guns that will come and shoot and loot. It is not the protesters it is them that will loot. They will purposely loot.
Then they turn around and say, "Oh, you are looting." Say, how you move all these thugs to do all this? You should protect
and the government will and the government will keep quiet. With all the evidence, they will tell them these are the people that did it. They will not do anything. We need to start calling them out. Even though the government don't do anything,
so much,
we need a topic on them. We need a topic on them.
God bless you.
Yeah,
Keep doing it.
I always love you, man. Yeah, nice show.
Thank you.
No problem.
God bless you, Baba. Thank you so much, everyone. That's one thing they don't like. You know, there's something about some of them, right? Let me tell you this before I go, okay? Which is inconsequential, but somehow, I think it's beginning to make sense now. There are many of these guys who really don't like MaiyegunsDiary, Politico, and yeah, me. But somehow, whenever they feel like I could be useful to help them influence something that they have been struggling to make happen, then they will likely pretend to be my friend. But you know, one of the things that makes them feel mad is that how can you say you are Maiyegun and you are always speaking English and you are not talking about Yoruba alone? You are supposed to be talking about Yoruba alone. And then you see all these non-Yorubas, especially the Igbos, they will come onto your program and they will be talking, they will be disrespecting Yoruba leaders. I was like, leader personally now. Like of course I cost them every now and then. So you're not mad at me because they believe that I am giving my platform, especially to the Igbos, okay, to express themselves in a way that they could actually haul what they call the abuses on their criminal leaders. I call your leaders criminal. Do you think I'm making that up, Ni? I've shared with you countless times their crime against you, their crime against all of us. But to them, it's like, even if they pretended that they are not, they are not tribal this, or they are not tribalistic, or they are not ethnic this or that, because I am Maiyegun. Here you get. So there are some certain things that you probably would have to hide from me, or else you will never be around where I am. Okay? So a lot of them are hiding that, and wherever they have the chance, I know some of you want to abuse me, or you just don't want to get kicked out of my platform. So, but you go elsewhere, to go and join them, and I don't care, I don't mind. People tell me, but it doesn't really matter. If you can't say it to my face, then you don't matter to me. Okay? So, if you think I say something that you believe that it's not true, the right thing is, if you have a chance, call me and say, oh, that's not true. Or better still, sue me. But don't go and make up a story about me, okay? Because sometimes you may make up a story that if you are enjoying it, you may end up saying things things that you can't really defend, and I may be interested in taking that up. And yeah, here you get. So anyway, I have done my own part this evening as usual, and you have done yours, I believe. So I want to say a big thank you to all of us, okay? So those who are for and those who are against. If you have anything to say about me, say it about me. Don't be a sissy and bring your family into it, because I won't even take down on your family. Like, come on, I'm not that cheeky. So thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and tomorrow we'll make it 24 hours to the D-Day. Now, after tomorrow, if Thiefnubu's efforts is unable to sort of push or make any significant sort of impression, then by tomorrow evening, you are going to go to bed and you're going to wake up in a different Nigeria. I mean it. Yeah, it's going to be the same Nigeria, but it's going to look different from the 1st of August. Okay? And I hope you'll be able to handle that. So thank you and good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun já wa sí. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. MaiyegunDiary diary Politico. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tójódodo. MaiyegunDiary na ibi number one. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. ayé Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bóyá àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Allowed the two it's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic, and if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. And in the torchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you once again from wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Àní Maiyegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré pàápàá níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you so much. Please take your time. Read the caption of this broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Like it, share it. Even if you disagree with the broadcast, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that Maiyegun today. The national or nationwide protests scheduled for the 1st of August. Economic hardship protests. It is now inevitable. Nothing. No yekini can tell others. Intimidation still flying. Promises still flying. In fact, money flying. It is now a campaign. Like there is going to be an election. APC, Egbekegbe, they have now declared, if you declare nationwide protest, we will declare nationwide support for Thiefnubu. So, August 1st is promised to be interesting. Share this. Thank you. Motide. So good morning once again, good afternoon, and good evening to you as you are joining this chat tonight. It is Maiyegun live. And if you watched the program this afternoon and you wanted to say something to me and you couldn't say it to me, I would prefer you kind of use your phone. Okay? I received a message. This is like an anonymous message from someone, right? Who now said that they should tell Maiyegun to be very careful. Careful of what? Of who? Oh, because he spoke, so he said something about Igbowo, Thiefnubu, and few others. I was like, oh, maybe that person is just getting to know me. Maybe you are just getting to know me. I don't really like dealing with, crickets. Those who are pretty much like closet voluntary slaves. My number is right there on your screen. You don't have to type everything, okay? So tonight may be your chance. Call me and say it to my face and get your response right here. You know, don't send people to me. That's so cowardly. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just kind of feel like tonight is like the continuation of the noon. If anyone is telling you right now that Thiefnubu is in control of what is about to happen, they are lying to you, and you don't have to be in Nigeria before you realize this, okay? So the Nigerians who have been under intensive economic hardship in the last 1 year, to be precise, when Thiefnubu adopted the IMF policy, World Bank policy, they conditioned him to go and remove the subsidy. At least pretend to have removed it, okay? Go and remove the subsidy. Go and increase the taxes, and on like that. These policies are anti-people. The moment they were announced, no one was spared. No one is spared. Whether you are APC or PD, it doesn't matter. Nobody is spared. That's the reality. Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or you are a Yoruba, it doesn't matter. Nobody is spared. Now, this policy, they were told to endure Like, we borrow some money, okay? There's no investor, so we borrow some money. And we are reinvesting the money. That was the promise, Abi. But in the last 1 year, it is on record that Nigeria has accumulated over 34 trillion naira debt, which means Nigeria has added 34 trillion naira debt to our national debt. So Nigeria debt is now hovering around 150 trillion naira, which further depreciates their currency, and then the economy, and then the loss of jobs, and the loss of businesses, hyperinflation, and everything that happened thereafter. While they watch their criminal political class led by Thiefnubu plundering the supposed scarce resources, right? Economic hardship. So it took them more than 8 months before they finally arrived at 70,000 naira minimum wage. But that too, even though it's coming late, right, couldn't really stop what Thiefnubu has done to them or reduce what they have done to them in the last 1 year. We want to show it to him. Cut down the cost of governance. Sack some of these board appointees that you are giving to your supposed loyalists. They are adding nothing. These are legitimate demands. Nobody is asking Thiefnubu to resign yet. But Thiefnubu's gang, they doubled down. Their fear, even if the fear is legit, listen, it is now becoming more or less like a bit of a paranoia. They created the fear mongering, their own fear. And their fear is this. Let me tell you this. Their fear is this. Once you start your protest and the number begin to grow and begin to grow, and you said you are going to do that for 10 days, at first, you may probably be orderly, according to them all. And as people see that day 1, successful, day 2, the number will grow. Day 3, it will grow. And from there, you may, if your demands are not met in 3 days, you may begin to move closer to government house. And according to them, that is something majority of the state governors in Nigeria cannot survive. So APC, Egbe, they now designed a propaganda that makes your, end bad governance in Nigeria. That makes it more like you want to overthrow Thiefnubu. And because you want to overthrow Thiefnubu, everybody don't jembe. Everybody that is part of the system. Even if they agree that things are bad. But if they remove Thiefnubu, who is going to be there next? Who is going to now be? Meanwhile, the demand, none of them says Thiefnubu should resign. None of them. They say, but people are talking on social media. People are saying things on social media, so they are reacting to that. They are not reacting to the demands. So in this, because of this, they now released huge amount of money to recruit Islamic leaders, Christian Association, Pangolo leaders. What other one? The traders, market men and women. Traders Association, the Market Men and Women Association, Student Association, Street Association, Carpentry Association, every association that exists. And if there is none existing, if they don't have enough that exist that is ready to take the bribe, they created as many as possible too. There was nowhere that a conference was held where people were invited from all over the place. And then they decided that, okay, we are going to go on national protests. No. So it is totally fraudulent for anybody or any group of people to go to public and say, we are pulling out of the protests on behalf of the youth. We are pulling out of the protests on behalf of women. Because none of you was invited to a meeting that says, oh, we are now agreeing to go on. Then you say, oh, we change our mind. They started saying, no, it's going to be violence. It's going to be violence. Because they are now protesting to stop protest. So which means they are now campaigning, protesting to stop the August 1st protest. They are giving people money. They have invited the Oros. Yoruba tradition has been dragged into the mud. All because people have been told, asking for a good government, end to bad governance. Is a protest against Yorubas. In northern Nigeria, where the protest is really, really gathering momentum, I know a lot of people are reacting mostly from the southern part of Nigeria because most of the platforms you are going to, you are really used to, they are platforms that either speaks English or speaks your language. But when you go to the platform of these northerners, on TikTok, on all the platforms, APC, Egbekegbe is not really showing to you where you should be focusing on. Agbadorians. So they've dragged the Yorubas into, Yoruba tradition into it in Lagos, and they've told so many lies, propaganda, all of this to try to see how many people they can scare away from ever participating in this hardship economic protest. Now, they have just less than 30 hours to see how many people they are able to buy, how many people they are able to scare, and how many people are able to defy them and still turn up. From the streets, that's where we're going to start from. They've recruited Asari Dokubo again. Asari was at a place today where they were talking to the Niger Delta youth. And at that meeting, they call it conference, Niger Delta Youth Conference. Asari Dokubo told all the people there that the organizers of this protest, they are not protesting about hardship. They are protesting to remove Thiefnubu. And because of this, Niger Delta youth should not listen to the Ijaw Youth Congress. Sure you get, and should not participate. In fact, how the leaders of Niger Delta, they have shown interest to give you something. Akpabiole then pledged he will be giving 10,000 youth 50,000 naira every month for the next 6 months if they promise not to participate. Yeah. Thiefnubu's government announced that they have sent 20 trucks each to each state, 36 states of Nigeria and Abuja, 37. They said the truck contains, 50 bag or 50 kg bag of rice that they are intending to sell to the people at half price, 40,000 naira banjo rice, and they intend to supply more and other food too. Please don't protest, okay? The, what do you call it? The military that they are bringing into the country, into the cities, right? They are now promising them 100,000 naira extra. They will also benefit from the new minimum wage. So at the end of the day, if the military remain loyal, they will give them, at least the people that make the smallest, as a soldier in Nigeria, will still make like about 250,000 naira in the next 3 months if they can please stop the protest. So everyone is like moving mad enough right now that you may just be walking home from work, and then you just see some people just dump bag of rice on you and say, take rice, take rice. Promise that you will not protest. I say, okay, I won't protest on the street.
All those noise that Wike is saying, the Abuja is not this.